fans, good evening, BSTV fans, and welcome to the BSTV broadcast of Simability V8ESC Season 11. This is round 20. This is the endurance round, and it's the round you've all been waiting for. Let's see if these gladiators of the V8 monster can get around here and survive till the end over 2 hours. Usually it's a lot shorter than this, so it's going to be a great race tonight. I'm Pete Bingham, and in the booth with me tonight is Clyde Whiting. Good evening, Clyde.
Good evening, Pete. Good evening, Sam. Good evening, everybody. Always look forward to these endurance races in the mighty V8s.
Absolutely. And on our cameras and doing all the technical stuff that keeps us looking as professional as we possibly can is Sam Boozing. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening, everybody. SDK decided to not work today, so...
Excellent.
Yeah.
So whilst Sam fights and wrestles with the technology in the background, we will remind you that this is a series that is sponsored by Simability, who modify race rigs to accommodate people who are less fortunate than some of us and have difficulties in their lives and need some adjustment on their rigs in order to race. So if you're interested in that, go to the website, have a look at Simability. I think you can still donate to them. So do that, because it's all good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 15, maybe 16 races tonight. A very healthy field it is. Adam Wright's just gone top in this qualifying session. We are at Laguna Seca. This is a desert track. It's usually blisteringly hot. I'm about to tell you what the temperature is because SDK is not playing for Sam, even if it is playing for me. So we are at a 23-degree track temperature. Some, if not a lot of, those that are racing tonight were in the official race at 9:15 UK time, 8:15 GMT, and whatever that is around the world for you last night. And it was a 21-degree track. It was a challenge. But we all managed to get around there in some sense of sensibility. We're in 15 minutes of qualifying, and Clyde, Laguna Seca, it's one of those tracks that everybody goes to because you start off in most of the rookie series with it. But it's not an easy track, is it? The kink is horrible, and a few other places around the track are places to die quickly.
Yeah, for me, it's another one of those tracks that I don't like racing on, but I do like watching racing on. It looks very, very simple. I don't think enough people give this track enough credit. I think it's more technical than it seems. It's got the world famous corkscrew. I've seen many sim racers die there, including yourself.
Yes, many times. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's one of those tracks that, with the right car, and I believe this is the right car, it gives good racing. Throw into that, it's an endurance race, and we know what people do tactically. And when I say we know what people do tactically, I mean we have no idea what they do tactically. You can just throw all these drivers up in the air and see which order they land in for me.
Far away that last night I was trying to calculate fuel with Adam Wright, who is currently top of the timing screens. He is rapid round here, by the way. Last night we were doing 123s. I wasn't, obviously. 124s some of the time. Very much what I was doing. And I think it was only Simon Trendle, who's currently second in qualifying, got a 122.9, I think it was, or maybe a 122.7. He's done that again in practice tonight, and he's done it again in the qualifying. But Adam Wright has done a 122.6 and a 122.54 in practice. So it's very much a track that you learn to put this car on. You just don't get on it. It's true of any track with this car, to be honest. It's a bit of a monster. It's one of those tracks that it takes a long time to get into a rhythm. I got into a rhythm last night around about lap 30. There was only 31 laps in the race. And I was trying to calculate fuel and how much the refuel would be. And I was out by 7 litres because over the course of the race, I was using less by the time I got to the end. Your times drop off quite quickly in this car, I feel, on this track. And we've had other tracks that are a bit like that, aren't they? They get through the tyres very quickly. The sandy tracks are always quite bad. So this one, Sebring, they kind of mash the tyres quite heavily, don't they, Clyde?
Yeah, they certainly do. It's a little bit over 2.2 miles, this track. And, there's 11 turns, but, there are 2 or 3 nastier turns that can give you some fairly high tyre wear. Interesting you talking about lap times from last night and today. So the last time we raced here was back in season 5. Tony Kloosterman won the sprint race. Nicole Foggy won the feature race. And Nicole Foggy actually holds our lap record from that race, which is a 1:23.324. So I think there's a very strong possibility, Pete, that lap record is going to go tonight.
It's almost guaranteed, actually, because I did what did you just say, 1:23.4?
Pretty much.
My fastest lap yesterday was a 1:23.9, so if I'm within 0.6 of it, it's going to go tonight, because everybody was 1.5 seconds faster than me yesterday. So it's going to disappear. I wonder if that's to do with the track temperature at that time.
Possibly.
Couldn't it? Because if we put it at like 2:00 in the afternoon, it'd have been blistering. It'd have been like 47 degrees or something.
Yeah.
Laguna, it's in the desert, isn't it? So it's going to get super hot.
Not super hot yet, though, is it? At 9:00 in the morning sim time.
No, it's like
let's
20.
Let's just have a quick look at our standing, shall we? Whilst we can tell you what's going on in qualifying. Simon Trendle leads the way. Adam Wright second. Tony Kloosterman third. Sam's having some big technical issues with SDK in the background, so me and Pete will just keep rabbiting whatever, and obviously if we can't get you the pictures, we can just make the race up as we go along, and anybody that we want will win. In the Simability Cup, which is the main drivers' championship, we already know that Chris Jackson is our season 11 champion. He's got an unassailable lead with only 165 points on the table tonight. But interestingly, Adam Wright is in second, Tony Kloosterman third, Kenzie Newhoff fourth, and Simon Trendle in fifth can all finish in second place. In the teams championship, NQR North America lead the way with BSTV Esports Green in second and NQR Europe in third. The Logan Jackson Safe Driver Award is currently led by Ivan Bowmans with Rob Woodhouse in second and Chris Jackson third. And the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award is led by Chris Jackson with Kenzie Newhoff in second and Stephen Phillips in equal second. Or maybe third. I have no idea because I think I've done a bit of a typo. Head to head is interesting but not interesting, Pete. So the head to head final is Adam Wright versus Chris Jackson. Chris Jackson isn't here. Adam Wright gets a walkover. Congratulations, you are our head to head winner. However, the interesting part is the third-fourth playoff, which is between Vincent Skilbeck and Tony Kloosterman. So that could go either way. Last time out we was at Winton. Sprint race was won first time ever by Vincent Skilbeck. Kenzie Newhoff second, Ant Woodward third, and the feature race was won by Adam Wright with Bob Woodhouse in second and Simon Trendle in third. There you go, folks. You now know exactly the same as me, which isn't a great deal, and happy to report our pictures are back.
Yeah, well done, Sam. Good effort, mate. So, let's get on board. We've only got a short amount of time left before the end of qualifying. So, let's choose a victim. Kenzie was super rapid last night. and he would be an excellent choice to go on board with. Here we go. We're approaching the penultimate turn here. 4th gear. Ignore what it says on his dash. That's not right. He's going to park it in here, or is he going to blast it out of the last turn here to try and get himself a decent line? Let's have a look and see what he does. Yeah, he's trying to blast it. So out of the last turn, over the stripe, keep it to the left-hand side. Obviously, foot fully in. And then when you see the blue bit on the right-hand side finish, that's where you start braking. Get down to 2nd gear. On his steering wheel, it's right. And then cut this very, very tight. Use a bit of the rumble strip on the outside. And then get ready for turn 2. You don't want to go wide here because you will keep going wide. That's about perfect, to be honest. 4th gear, coast it through this corner. Get on the gas when the car straightens up. And off you go. Heading down here towards turn 5 and loop it in here. 3rd gear, hold off the gas as long as you can because it really doesn't like it when you get on the gas early on that one. 4th gear through here. Some do it in 3rd, through the kink and then up the hill. So that's where me and Adam were having trouble last night, but it seems like Adam has resolved his issues. Into the top of the corkscrew here, 2nd gear, take a bit of the corner of both of these sides. You don't get off track just by cutting it a little. Stay close to the inside here. That's what I was getting wrong yesterday. Tony Klusterman was the person I was trying to emulate, and I didn't do it very well. And then your 3rd gear or 4th gear into that corner. 3rd gear for Kenzie. Up to the last corner. 2nd gear, turning left. Take a bit of the rumble strip. Straighten the car up, and then squirt it across the line. Let's see what he manages. He was certainly faster than the time he's posted already. He's going to go up the standings, surely. Yes, he does.
Yes, up to 6th.
6th, right. I expect it. Well, the 123.1 is rapid.
There's 4 drivers in the 22s.
Yeah, it's a much faster track. Whether that's extra rubber, cooler temperature, I'm not sure. But this is faster than the official from last night. So,
Andrew Hoffman on the chat. Hey guys, after 5 hours of coaching, you'd think I'd be sick of racing, but looking forward to Ant kicking some butt.
Doing the coaching or receiving it?
I don't know. Or maybe driving it.
Yeah, maybe he's driving a coach. Maybe he can race it. Maybe he can race it around Laguna. Well, maybe he could race it around Laguna and it have a V8 in it, or several. That would be cool.
That would, wouldn't it? So, where are we? We are about to get the checkers on the qualifying session.
I'm just going to find out what that noise was downstairs. I'll be back very, very short.
So, Simon Trendle, he's in the pits, but currently on provisional pole. Tony Klusterman's in the pits in 2nd. Adam Wright and Tyler Newitt 3rd and 4th. They are both out on track. Somebody has stolen my mouse pointer. Oh, there it is. So Adam has bailed, as has Tyler. So Wobbly Kneecaps is still on track. He's about to cross the line. Can he move up from a 123.3? Wobbly does a 123.1. Moves himself up into about 8th position. So good lap there from Wobbly right at the end. And that's everybody across the line, and qualifying is over. So we'll wait for the session to click over, and then we can bring you your official starting grid. In the meantime, I shall take my glasses off so I can't see, and then I won't get too excited. I can hear Pete coming back. Sounds like he's just tripped over something.
Did I make it back in time? Excellent.
You certainly did. We are still waiting for the session to click over.
Yeah. Get a cat, they said. It'll be calming, they said. Right. So, Hoff, coaching others for V8 now. I'm kicking Mr. McKnight's butt. Really? Jamie McKnight's getting his butt kicked by Hoff, Clyde?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd like to hear Mr. McKnight's side of that story.
Yeah. I think that's Ant Woodward's inset pictures of his feet. So obviously Clyde's getting horny. And everything else. He has quite a closed booth, really, doesn't he, with his screens, look?
I don't think they're Ant's feet, because I know Ant races in pink fluffy slippers.
Awesome. Good luck, guys. Right, so we are tripping over. So here is your grid. Your pole man for tonight is Simon Trendle with a eye-wateringly quick time of 1:22.465. That's for Team Chimera. Second off will be Tony Kloosterman, NQR North America. He was a bit disappointed with his qualifying in the official last night, so this will make up for it, I'm sure. Third off is Adam Wright for BSTV Esports Green. He was quick and stuck with the top lot yesterday. Tyler Newitt goes off fourth for BSTV Esports Green, his teammate. Fifth will be Ant Woodward. You saw his sexy feet before for NQR Europe. Kennedy Newhoff goes off sixth for Racing Forces. He was ultra rapid last night. He was great. I expect him to move forward. Stephen Phillips goes off seventh for Dashhound Racing. Eighth is Wobbly Kneecaps for BSTV Esports Pink. Ninth is Bob Woodhouse for NQR Europe. 10th is Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera, teammate of Simon Trendle, who's on pole. 11th is Ryan Walker for BSTV Esports Green. He enjoyed it last night, racing round Laguna Seca. 12th is Vincent Skilbeck for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. 13th will be Nikolai Bogatarov once he joins the track. I think he just did. Oh, no, he didn't. Not yet. For NQR Europe. Miro Vrasky goes off 14th for PCS. And Ivan Batmans goes off 15th for Track Velocity Racing.
Yeah, I think
We're racing! Where is Russ? Is he going to join this?
There needs to be a team, doesn't there?
Yeah, there does, yeah. I wonder if he's going to join this league. Not. Like he does all the other leagues.
Okay,
right,
Revs, they're coming on. We're away.
On.
Okay start by Simon Trendle.
Yeah.
Going to be under pressure now. Tony's going to try and hang it round the outside. Ooh.
Bit of touching, a bit of inappropriate touching, Clyde.
That was, yeah. That was brave from Tony going round the outside. He's still there. He's fighting for this lead. Adam Wright and Tyler Newitt are interested as well.
He's making this work, you know.
Yeah, next one's a left. This is tight.
Well, is he gonna lose out?
Well, you know what's coming up shortly.
Yeah, the King. That can't work out, can it?
Oh, Tony's out wide.
Oh! He's going to lose traction.
Place to Adam.
Oh, Adam's going to get a good run here. Oh, he's going to...
Oh, Adam threw it into the corkscrew. And Tony's going to get the lead.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that was... I'm going to see it again, but... I think that was, shall we say, optimistic from Adam.
Yeah, I agree with that. He just couldn't turn it once he'd, committed, could he?
That's dropped Simon Trendle down to 5th and Simon's now down to 6th, 7th. Seems to have lost a lot of momentum, 8th.
Yeah, be a slowdown. I think Race Director called it a second ago. Vincent Skilbeck, the surprise for me. Why is he so far back?
Yes. Wasn't particularly quick in practice or quali. But it's a long, long race.
It really is. 2 hours of this. There's going to be masses of tactics at work, but as everybody knows, me and Clyde are terrible at tactics. So if you've got an idea about what's going on, then please tell us. Oh, who's that with damage? Adam? I think he's got damage on the right side of his car. Quite a lot of it from that corkscrew incident there. Everybody piles out of the corkscrew, heading down towards the penultimate turn. Wobbly, is it? Yeah.
So looking at my inside information.
Oh, go on then. Let's have it.
It looks like a two-stopper somewhere around lap 28-ish. However, if we see anybody come in around lap 21, they might be trying a three-stopper.
We've not seen a three-stop for a long time, have we?
We haven't, no.
I hope that happens, because that will really mix it up. Because you take tyres as well as fuel in this car. You have to, because the car is so powerful, it just makes absolute, like, goo over the tyres very quickly. I got about 14 laps in to my stints yesterday, and just had to pit the car. It wasn't that I needed to, it was that I would have gone no further whatsoever, not done a single more lap. I've not raced it for 2 years, like, but it really decided, no, you're not doing any more, Pete. Just pit the car, get some new tyres, and go. So, based on that logic, I think we're going to do some. How many laps did you say we're going to do in total? 62 or something?
No. It's a lot more than that.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, because I only did 45 minutes.
About 84 or 85.
Oh my god, I'd have pitted about 6 times. No joke, I'd have pitted about 6 times. The tyres were gone for me after 14 laps. So what these guys do, I don't know. It might be, Clyde, that if the track temperature goes up, a three-stop might be an advantage.
Yeah, it's creeping up now. It's up to 77 Fahrenheit, which is now 25 degrees.
Ivan, I tell you what, Ivan beat me home yesterday. He was brilliant. And he's had a bit of an off there. We'll have to see what he did. Oh. Is that Jamie Wilson getting overtaken by Ryan?
Well, Ryan is in front of him, yes. Simon Trendle had just got past Stephen Phillips. Who made
I think Stephen's got a slow down or something. No, he's gone really wide. Oh dear.
And he's just done it again.
Yeah. Adam with damage. Getting a bit wild on the outside of the track there. With Bob Woodhouse right in front of him.
Yeah, if Adam's car is ill handling, he just needs to bite the bullet, stay safe, and get to that first pit window.
Style, though, I'm afraid. It's very much race all the time, from what I see anyway. Not in a stupid way, but just in a competitive way. He wants to be racing all the time. But yes, you're right. If it's affected, he needs to sweat it out, doesn't he? Because there's no point in pitting right now.
Yeah, try anything heroic in this car and it will kill you.
Yeah, definitely. Even the slightest damage can affect your car really quite badly. Inset picture is Jamie Wilson's, as he's making his way on my screen at the minute towards the kink, but he's actually going into the corkscrew in real time.
Yeah, Simon Trendle up behind and Woodward trying to get some places back.
So, Clyde, what is Tony's tactic here? He's 2.5 seconds, sorry, 2.25 seconds ahead. Is he going to try and gap the whole field or what?
I don't think there is another tactic for Tony.
You were saying the other week he's heavy on the gas.
Tyre saver.
Yeah.
He's not a fuel saver. I think Tony is probably going to go and just get as big a gap as he possibly can. We'll see towards the end of the stint whether that works or not. But to start with, I think that is his tactic.
Adam trying to put himself alongside but doesn't manage it. on Bob Woodhouse. Both he and Simon Trendle both back 4 places from their start position after the incident in the corkscrew. You need to be smooth through that turn 5. Take a late turn in and squirt it out. I'm not good at it. I was trying to be, but I'm not good at it. That's Stephen Phillips' Dash Hound powered car behind. 2 Dash Hound power, that, you know, Clyde.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like it as well at the moment. We've not managed to have a look at that lap 1 incident again yet, have we? I don't know.
No,
if Sam can dig that up from the annals of history.
More important than that, Hoff needs to be poked in the eye for his comment on the chat. So what we're going to see here, Adam's shooting it down the inside, locking up and block.
No, you know, you can... The line to take is obviously on the right-hand side and take a sweep into the corner.
Yeah.
And I've seen many people surprise one down the inside and it comes off. But it looked like it looks like Adam was just carrying too much speed. He locked up twice if you look at the tyre smoke. So I think that one was all on Adam for me.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And with his size 18 feet. You know what they say about big feet?
Big socks.
Yep. So that gap at the front is sort of stabilised now, Pete, at about 2.5 seconds.
But I think that's still going up because the last time I looked at it, it was 2 1/4. So I think he's taken a couple of tenths out of Kenzie. I fully believe that Kenzie has the capability, based on last night's performance, to reel that back in. But maybe Tony's absolutely knocking it out right now. But he'll run out of tyres or fuel or both or have to pit or whatever it is. There's a massive undercut round here as well, which we need to bear in mind.
That sounded so wrong.
Which one?
I can't repeat it. It was that wrong.
Excellent. I'm glad I entertained. Was it the knocking it out bit?
I didn't guess.
I'd like to say I didn't say it on purpose, but I did.
Interestingly, although he's not inside the boot, because that's what real people call it, of Kenzie, but Tyler is going with Kenzie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much practice.
And I'll tell you something. What has happened to Tony?
Hey, what?
There is no gap.
Oh, he went off track. Here we go. So he did the kink. He's done something at the corkscrew, has he? No, where is he? Oh no, that is the king. That is the king.
Oh, he held that well.
Do you know what? I did that 3 times last night. Oh dear. Even I was embarrassed at myself.
Well, that's made that interesting.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something else.
Go on.
Simon Trendle has got past Ant Woodward and he's chewing into Tyler's gap.
Not noticed that. Right, I'll keep an eye on that then. This is Kenzie. Racing Forces. Chasing after NQR North America Tony Kloosterman. Ooh, a bit wild. Oh dear, I just chewed my seat. A bit exuberant. There we go. What's this? Wobbly up the hill. I think he's yet to find his rhythm wobbly in this car, don't you?
Most definitely.
It's not an easy car. It's not like some of the other cars on the service where you can just jump in and drive. This one you need the practice, and I don't know with what's going on with him outside of iRacing that he's had any time to practice. So I think we need to be saluting the fact that he's as competitive as he is, and more competitive than I was.
It proves the point with this car, because Wobbly is one of those annoying gits that can jump in anything and be quick, but not in the V8.
No, this is a different monster, isn't it? Ooh, that's a bit deep from Nikolai. And that gives Jamie the chance to get a nose in at least. He's going to let... Oh, I was going to say he's going to let him go. He's going to try around the outside, Clyde.
Which it wouldn't be the first time for Jamie, would it?
Not really. He was doing it the other day quite a lot.
He might have this done. He has.
He's done it.
And Wobbly's trying as well.
And I think Ryan might have a go at this. Why is Ryan so far out of position?
Don't know. He's not driven this car for a little while, has he?
No. Last night he was very competitive in the official. That seems unusual for me. Oh, hang on. What's this? Simon's caught him. You're right. Oh my God, you're right. For once in your life, Clyde, you've been absolutely observant.
And Tony's gathered himself up and got his gap out to over a second again.
Yeah, he's rapid, isn't he? I wonder what would have happened if car 11 was here.
Well, yeah. The only thing you would say, you know, Tony over the last couple, maybe 3 seasons, before that you would call him clinical, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But we know now, and I think it's because Tony puts too much pressure on himself to get back to winning ways, but he's always got a mistake in him.
Yes. Yeah. True. He's been a bit random. That was Simon round the outside of Tyler, by the way.
Yeah. Done and dusted pretty much straight away. Now, can he close the gap and do the same thing to Kenzie?
There's a lot of practice been done, you know, since last night's official, because the times are south of what they were doing last night, and the control of the car is infinitely more improved, if I can say that without somebody having a pop at me. What's this now? This is Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan, Wobbly and Jamie. These two all want to be on the same piece of track.
Yeah. Computer has finally caught with paint schemes as far as Wobbly. Everybody behind him has got the wrong paint on my screen. Oh dear. Ooh, that's a checkup from Jamie Wilson. That's not good. He's going to get absolutely done here. That was wheel spin for Jamie out of the last turn.
Yeah, he's held on well though.
He's done a great job actually. He's put his car exactly where he needed to there. His lead is getting eaten into by Kenzie at the minute.
So where are we? Lap 12 at the moment.
I don't know that Simon's easy overtake of Tyler wasn't more to do with Tyler wanting to fuel save. This is an endurance race. We need to not forget that.
I would totally agree with that.
Yeah. I think there's definite tactics involved here between different racers. I do think that Tony's absolutely mashing it though, and he's trying to get away. I don't think anything else would have led to that mistake that he made.
I think Tony and Kenzie and Simon, to be honest. I think Tyler may be the first one running to a fuel number.
That would make sense. That's what we've seen before, isn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. We see it quite often from Tyler, don't we?
Yeah.
Behind them and Woodward, he's being caught by Adam Wright. Adam, we know, carrying damage from that lap 1 incident.
Easy to get out on the sandy stuff on the outside of the kink there, heading up the hill. And it's weird, it kind of just draws you out into the sand.
Yeah, but it spits you out the other side, doesn't it?
Well, you say that, and that's exactly what I did. Three times last night on 3 different laps, and that's why I didn't do better than 11th. Phillips closing in on Bob Woodhouse now. Jamie Wilson's dropped off these. What happened to Jamie? He's gone off track. Did we see that, and did I ignore it or not?
No, I don't think we've seen that. But we're about to.
Yes, we are.
No, that wasn't there. There it is. There it is. Nearly an enforced pit stop.
Yeah. Where was it that I did that? I ended up off the track so far that I ended up taking a pit stop even though I didn't need to. Let me think about that one, because that did happen.
I've done that on numerous tracks.
Have you?
Yeah. I've done it on many ovals as well.
Right. Can't remember which track it was. It's going to be one where it was a pit lane entry on the outside of the turn where I couldn't continue to get a grip.
Somewhere like Lime Rock Park.
Lime Rock. Lime Rock could be a candidate, but I don't remember that for me. I remember hitting the wall plenty on that side of the track, because it kind of spits you that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to think about it. I'll come back to you. Meanwhile, Stephen Phillips trying to close Bob Woodhouse down. This is one of the closest battles. We've got loads of close battles at the minute. We've got Adam Wright closing in quickly on Ant Woodward at the moment. We've got Stephen Phillips' battle that we were just watching. We've got Wobbly, who is, on screen at the minute, closing down Jamie Wilson. Or is Jamie Wilson pulling away? I can't really tell. And until very recently, Nikolai was closing down Ryan.
Yeah, track temperature still rising.
What are we on?
27 degrees now.
Oh my god, that's gone up loads.
We're only 20 minutes into the race.
And we're only at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
Sim time.
so it should be about 900 degrees by the time we finish.
Oh no, Miro! What are you doing? Oh, he's turning it round, okay. But what happened? What led to that? Where is he?
What is Vincent doing? Is he one-stopping?
Vincent? Oh, he's right at the back, isn't he? Oh, tyre off, Miro. Oh, that's heavy.
Oh.
Oh, dear. Was a heavy impact. He's going to have to... Oh, is he? No, he has not visited pit lane yet. Here's Vincent. Is this a replay?
No.
No.
I want to see... just going to see what his lap time is. Everybody else so far in the 24s and 25s. See what Vincent gets. So it was a
24? No, 25.
25.9.
Yeah, sorry. I was in the wrong column. Yeah, I wonder if he's playing some sort of long game.
Well, I'm not on his pace at the moment. I'm not convinced this tactic will work, but it wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong.
Well, we've both been in that place, haven't we? He's what is he?
You wouldn't think he would be doing this if he hadn't already tried it elsewhere.
Or is he trying it here to try and affect it somewhere else?
Yeah, could be.
But he is 30... Oh, no, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. What is he? 31 seconds behind the leader. That's a long, long way.
Yeah.
So early into a 2-hour race. Right, still honing in on the back of Ant Woodward. I thought he'd close him down a bit quicker than this, not because Ant's not better than him, but because the toe in certain parts of the track is quite heavy.
Yeah, we are over halfway through this first stint though, so a lot of these tyres are going to be complaining now.
Closed in quickly now.
And definitely needs some fake tan on his legs.
Yeah. That's milk bottle white, that, isn't it?
They're like 2 bits of white string hanging out of his shorts.
Oh, that's good. Oh, there we go. Right, that's job done, I think, for Adam. But again, you don't know the tactics involved, do you? So has Ant decided, you know, fighting's going to cost me more fuel, and therefore I want to sit here. I want to do a 2-stop, not a 3.
Well, that has to be the way that you approach an endurance race.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, you're not actually racing anybody at this moment in time. You are racing the track and the clock. Oh, wobbly. He's all right. You should get back on from there.
Yeah.
You just have to come back on very gingerly.
Yes. Don't ever touch the accelerator, because it will murder you. This car is, I don't know what the horsepower is. Do you remember what the horsepower is of this thing? Because I have no idea. I can't remember.
700 and something, is it?
It's obscene, isn't it? And it's a spooled rear axle, which Bill used to explain to me on many occasions at length why that was going to murder me at every corner, and I still can't remember what he told me.
635 brake horsepower.
Is that all? Oh my god, that's so. Oh no, Nikolai!
5 litre V8 in it.
5 litre. Imagine what that costs to fill in the UK at the minute. You'd be better off filling it with like premium whiskey.
I filled.
Oh no! You filled your cup.
I filled my car up this morning.
Oh, go on.
On the way to work from just under a quarter of a tank, and it was £121.
Silence there says everything. That's obscene. What did you pay per litre?
199.9, I think it was. Oh
my god, what is wrong with the world? Anyway. Hoff not actually racing with us. What's that about? No, Miro, man.
He had a girly fit, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
It's getting tight up the front again. Top 3. Getting close together. Miro already carrying damage.
Probably led to the... Oh, yeah, dear.
Looked like he tried to do the corkscrew the other way round.
Is that where he reversed from? I think it was, wasn't it? That was fun. So, yeah, Simon Trendle has caught Kenzie. I wouldn't say that Tony is anywhere in range. He's a second and a half away. Was he?
Yeah, he was half a lap ago.
Right, okay. So maybe something's gone on with these two. Or maybe it's just Kenzie has dropped himself into the sand a bit. Oh, that's a bit wide from Simon. Yeah, that looks like Ivan in the distance ahead. No, it's not Ivan. It's somebody. Oh no, it's Tony, isn't it? Of course. Cool.
Yeah, Miro should be there somewhere.
Yeah.
So we are almost at 3-stop pit window opening.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see if anybody takes that option.
And you remember I said that Kenzie was rapid last night? I think his qualifying in this race wasn't reflective of his capability, and you can see it now, can't you? Because he's second place. He's up 4 positions from his start place, and he's he's not letting Tony get too far away. He's not in into his lead too much, but he's not letting him get away too much.
No, quite even, these top three.
Yeah.
And yes, they've dropped Tyler a little bit, but I'm still convinced that Tyler's running to a fuel number.
He has to be, doesn't he? It's what he does. You can see him in shots. I mean, if he's saving fuel and therefore X amount of seconds in the pit stop, you could easily say he's winning this race at the moment, if that's the situation. He's 4.5 seconds from the lead of the race. I don't know what that would be in terms of relative fuel in a fill.
Well, we will find out in, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 laps time.
Somebody needs to translate Hoff's latest message on the chat. So he says, had a chance to try something else and doing it has made huge changes.
I think that may be the answer to your question, why isn't Hoff racing?
I thought it was a sexuality thing.
Well, it could be.
Right.
Maybe he is Amanda Hoffman now.
Oh, that's a good one.
What's he going to do with his voice, though, if he becomes a woman? Because he has got the deepest voice in the world.
Well, who's gone to the pits?
That's Tony. Tony's 3-stopping.
Hey, good lad. Different tactics.
That's
And
what we like.
Followed him in.
That's what we like.
Oh, yeah. Mixed up tactics in an endurance race. Nothing better.
And
I am
to be
literally
honest,
now rubbing my thighs.
Yeah, this is. It's going to make it even more interesting because those top three were very even on pace. So we will find out for definite which tactic is the best.
Yep. It'd have been great to have Bill in tonight, wouldn't it? He's great in these endurance races. He can talk at length about these cars. It's a shame he's not here.
We can talk at length about anything.
This is true. I didn't want to say that necessarily. Well, that's close. Oh, Simon. Do you think Simon will actually try and overtake her? Or is he thinking, Tony's in the pits, stay behind him, it means that we won't slow each other down?
I would go for the former.
Right. Nail him.
Yes.
He's got a good line there.
There's no indication in his car attitude to me that he's happy to sit behind Kenzie and save some fuel.
Feeling two. I just thought I'd ask the question. Oh, he's doing.
Tony Kloosterman came out in 12th.
Whoa.
With a little bit of clear track in front of him.
This is too wide into turn two. Oh, Simon's wide. Yeah, he had to give out there because he had no traction on the outside of the track. Going again though. Can you cut back there? You can, can't you?
But he
tried to.
Easy.
Yeah, he tried to. He didn't make it work. Pink. Really good car control from both of them. Obviously, this is for the effective lead of the race. Oh. Wheel spin coming down the corkscrew. Did you see that? That was awesome.
Well, this at the moment is playing into Tony's hands.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If they're slowing each other down.
What's this? What are we watching?
Phillips.
Oh, tyre off. On the dirt.
Tyre
A
on
little
the
tiny
sand.
bit. Oh. And then an anger spin.
Yeah, an angry 360.
Yeah. Those dash arms are knackered. Oh, he's going the other way now. Back at the front.
That is Miro in front.
Yeah.
So Miro Hraski leads the race, as you can see on your screens. That'll confuse a few.
It will.
Yeah, Hoff is saying Vincent, huge fuel saving. I agree, but it just, to me, he's just losing too much time to make that work.
That's a lot of time. 39 seconds. That's
Stephen
huge.
Phillips has pitted.
Few visitors actually. So Tony, Ant, Stephen Phillips, Miro, and Ivan.
Yeah, Ant came in the same lap as Tony, didn't he? So they're both 3 stopping.
Have to be, yeah. And there is, like I said before, there is an undercut here. It does work. Ooh, round the outside.
Oh! Did he say that? He did. He did.
Oh, and look at Tyler. He's just there, isn't he? He's stalking.
Tyler the Smiler.
Yeah. Look at this. This is a 3-way battle now.
Yeah, I don't think Tyler wants to be involved in this.
I don't know, yeah, he seemed to be a bit hesitant there, but maybe just because it was the kink. He could easily go from 4th to 2nd. No, it won't be, it'll be 3rd to 1st, won't it?
Yeah.
Let him go a little bit here. Quite frantic, Clyde, for so early in an enduro.
Yeah, we're almost nearly a third of the way through.
Adam
Wright is in the pits. That's probably a couple of laps early, but nothing he can't get back. Looks like a straight 2-stopper for me.
Well, I don't know whether Tyler's fuel saving this or not, because he's with these two, really, isn't he?
He's with these two because they're fighting.
It's a good point.
Which is why I think these two are actually playing into Tony's hands at the moment.
No, I just totally agree with that one. Absolutely. What is he doing in terms of lap time now?
Tony's just done a 23.7.
He got 2 seconds back already, well, or even 3. That's denied Simon.
Simon has just gone wide and handed 2nd place to Tyler.
Oh, that was wild as well from Kenzie.
Kenzie tries to get it
Wobbly.
sideways. Wobbly's got off.
What lap are we on? 26. Right, okay.
Yeah.
So these guys have done far more of a heroic job than I did last night before I lost all sorts of control of the car. Here we go. Bob Woodhouse into the pits. NQR. Stephen Phillips has been in the pits for a while, Clyde.
Yeah. Looks like anybody that's pitting now is definitely going for a 2-stopper. It'll be interesting to see if he can, how many laps Tyler can go more than Kenzie and Simon.
That would prove the fuel saving capability, at least.
Yeah, and it would also be interesting to know what's going on in Vincent's bonds.
Bonds, I've not heard that for a while. Not since 1983.
40 seconds off the lead.
So yeah, that's a lot. Stephen Phillips has been in twice according to my screen, so this is his second outing from the pit lane.
No, he's disconnected.
Oh, is he gone? Oh, he's gone. Right.
I think that was a rage quit.
Yeah. I'll be back shortly, 1 sec.
So we are on lap 28. So this lap, next lap, is perfect. Well, it's actually perfect third of the way distance. If they pit on the next lap, be third of the way through times as well. We're currently on 38.5 minutes. 1/3 distance, obviously 40 minutes. So, has Tyler been saving? Can he do an extra few minutes on this stint, an extra few minutes on the next stint, and then shorter stop on his third or second stop for his third stint? I think Vincent's pace, I think he's going for a no-stopper. Tony Klusterman up to 8th. And next car in front of him is stablemate Nikolai Bogotyrev. So there won't be any fighting there. Although Tony will be hoping that all of these cars in front of him pit before he gets to them. I'm starting to come back at these two now. These tyres are going to be pretty shot by now.
Yeah, we've got a few people leaving it quite late to pit. What were your pit windows again?
No.
Right.
We are in the 41st minute of the race, therefore, if you're going to do exactly the same 3 stints, this will be the lap that you pit on. Actually, it would have been the previous lap, but we're in that window. So,
Tony Klusterman's last lap was a 124.16. These guys are doing a 124.5. 4/10 a lap isn't massive, is it?
No, and they've both stayed out. But don't forget, Tony has took the best out of his tyres.
Yeah.
These two, when they pit, will come out with fresh boots on. I fully expect Tony to be back in the lead, but I think whatever gap he manages, I think these two will probably, and Simon Trendle to that matter, will probably close it fairly quickly. So this is Tony. Stablemate lets him through. So he's now got a good 9 seconds to Ryan Walker. So you would expect most of those cars in front of Tony will have pitted by the time he gets anywhere near them.
Yeah, definitely. And Simon Trendle's gap to the... Sorry, no, it's not. It's Jamie to his own teammate, isn't it, that I'm looking at? That's quite a big gap. That's the biggest jump in the field, isn't it? Third to fourth.
But there was a lot of battling, wasn't there, in the midfield there? So
yeah. And when you look at it, Jamie Wilson is the furthest forward moving car. He's up 6 places. Kenzie is up 5
because he's crap at qualifying.
Yes. And starting. The Team Camera boys are notorious, aren't they, for bad starts? But next track day then, Clyde. Sorry.
Start. It's not a bad start, it's a camera start.
Yeah.
Call them like that now.
Oh! Whoa! That was wild.
So, there's Jamie in. Stephen Phillips said his knee was bothering him.
Oh. I've had trouble with my knees over the years, but so I can sympathise with that.
He's only a youngster, isn't he?
No, I don't know. I nearly got into the offensive zone then. Wow, that was hanging it out, wasn't it? Might need to rethink some ergonomics. So obviously whatever rig he's got set up is not comfortable for him.
Now, if Tyler has been fuel saving, he's going to be wondering why these two cars, one in front and one behind, haven't pitted yet.
The fuel limit on the cars? Or isn't there one?
Yes.
I can't remember. Oh, I'm going to have to look.
80?
I'm going to look now.
I can't remember. Oh, they're all in.
This is it. This is it.
So
this is the end of the fuel, Clyde.
We was wrong. Yeah, look, so Stephen's 31. He's only a youngster.
Oh, 31. Is that it?
Really? You wait till you've got my knees.
31 and what? 400 months? What? Well, Tyler could still leave the pit lane before everybody else.
He could if he saved some fuel, but
yeah,
you would think if he had enough fuel for another lap, he maybe would have done it. Don't know. Ryan Walker's in as well.
Good camera, Sam, by the way.
Tony Kloosterman is actually second because Wobbly is still out on track.
Wow. Wobbly in the solar-powered car. A bit like a Michael Taliancic situation. Oh no, they've all gone at exactly the same time, so there's no fuel saving from Tyler.
And that's how much that undercut was. Look, Nikolai, ignore Vincent, he's on a no-stopper. Adam Wright and Ant Woodward all got out in front of these three.
Yep.
But it's going to come back to them.
Oh yeah, this is what we love about these endurance races. It doesn't transpire to be anything until everybody's finished their last stops. So
yes. Evening to young Johnny Brandon on the chat.
Say young just then.
Yeah, well, he's younger than me.
Most things are.
True. Apart from Bill.
Young, but there's one thing after the pit stop. Kenzie is the last one of the three. Tyler is still in the middle. And Simon with his charge to the front, not saving fuel at all, has got the shortest pit stop.
Yep. 3 seconds shorter.
And 3 seconds. Probably the quickest in the first stint out of those three. Wobbly's in now, so Tony now takes back the lead. But to be honest, that could just be that one of your two stops was going to be shorter than the other one, and Simon has taken his now, and the other two will take their shorter stops on their next stop.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah.
But I do think Simon was held up, so that was most definitely the right thing to do for Simon, to get out in front of him and try and pull a gap.
My surprise is at Kenzie at the minute. He was so quick last night that I thought he would be nailed to the back of whoever was leading the race, to be honest. So whatever tactics are going on, I'm utterly confused.
Yeah, well, Tony has got nearly 18 seconds to Simon. But don't forget, Tony Kloosterman is doing a 3-stopper.
Just a question, because I'm stupid. Could you turn his 3-stopper into a 2 at any point, or is that not possible now? Has he shown his hand, is what I'm saying?
Yes. I think he has shot his bolt.
And you were laughing at what I said before. So, where are you next, Clyde, in the real world racing?
God knows. I don't know. I haven't got my diary with me.
Do you mean a pen and paper diary?
Yes.
Proper old school.
Proper.
I'm sure there's a Gary Craig somewhere thinking that's what you have a computer for.
Yes, that's fine, but in my diary I can write things big and then I can see them.
Or you can get glasses. Your choice.
I have glasses, but then you have to remember to take said glasses with you wherever you go.
Yeah, this is true. And I'm supposed to wear glasses for reading and usually forget them. Johnny doesn't agree with you, Clyde.
He never does, but he's wrong.
Why is Vinny back in?
He hasn't been in yet.
Is he not? Oh, right. Sorry. I thought that.
Is it?
This is stop number 2, yeah.
Yeah, that's stop number 2.
No, well, that has really confused me then.
Wait a minute. Could he have done tyres in the first stop and forgotten to
he had a
put
penalty.
the fuel?
Penalty. I saw a black flag. Couldn't see what it was, but I saw a black flag in the entry list.
I'm going to go speeding. What do you reckon, Clyde?
Yeah. It was a stop-go penalty that he just got, wasn't it?
It was a stop and hold.
It's not for incident points, I can tell you that.
Right, so is either speeding
been...
or pit lane, what do you call it, where they've gone over the lines.
Yeah.
Unsafe pit lane exit or entry. Johnny Brandon has just said a 2-stop, but he could do 2 45-minute stints to the end. Doesn't that make it a 3-stop? Is my maths bad or what? I got an A at GCSE.
Your maths are bad, yes.
Alright, excellent. Right, good.
But yeah, Johnny's correct. Because you have 2 hours.
Can I just say that Tony can't save enough fuel to do a 45-minute stint?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, totally agree.
So Johnny's wrong.
Why isn't Johnny racing in this?
Because he's a girl.
Because he's scared, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think so.
He thought I was going to race this season and kick his butt. So he didn't bother signing up.
Yeah.
So because he wasn't there for me to kick his butt, I didn't race this season.
Obviously, you wouldn't, would you?
No.
No.
There's no other competition for me. So.
No, it's too easy. Simon Trendle looks like he's sizing up Ant for an overtake, but he's been doing that for a couple of laps, so I'm not sure he is.
I don't think Simon's hanging around.
Okay.
I think he's going to get past at his earliest opportunity, which could be now.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to manage it because he's on the wrong side of the
He
track.
is for this one, isn't he?
Yeah. If he can hang it around the outside, then fine. And he's done it.
No, he's done it.
There you go. Done.
So,
Cut back.
3 seconds now to Adam.
Johnny says, if Clyde races, I'd come back. Could do with the laugh.
Running scared, that's all.
Yeah. It's all words.
Here we are back with the whitest legs in Wales.
Which is a quote from, like...
Shakespeare.
Yeah. Into XVR. You know, Richard Cooling Beef and co.
I think he got the ump because Foggy left him.
Okay, yeah.
Hoggy actually said to me he had to leave because he didn't want to be held back anymore.
Oh dear. Fight and talk from Clyde White. That's funny. Oh dear. Right, so I've got to commentate now. Tony's got a lead of 13.6 seconds, but we think he might owe us an extra pit stop. Ooh, that's wide. Who's that? Kenzie. That's Tyler. Tyler under pressure. Certainly putting his foot in.
So,
sorry, I've just seen Johnny's response. Not the hump.
We're on lap 38. We're going to know in 4 or 5 laps if Tony's doing a 3-stopper.
Right. Simon, what's this?
What's his lap times?
24.5. No, 124.3.
And let's see what Simon is doing in comparison.
125.4, so about the same.
23.9.
Oh, hang on.
Simon.
Oh.
So half a second quicker. I have no idea what numbers Pete is looking at. Just
no, just me. It's fine.
I think it was the previous lap when he passed Kenzie.
Yeah.
Or Ant either, not Kenzie.
Yeah, more likely that. Ivan closing in on the back of Miro here, or he was. No, Miro's overtaken Ivan, so.
Yeah, Miro's car looking a lot better now.
Much better, and Ivan losing it in the corkscrew a little and letting Miro go.
Simon Trendle's took about half a second out of Adam Wright so far. And those top 3, let me just make doubly sure. So those top 3, Kloosterman, Wright, Trendle, you've got Kenzie Newhoff in 5th. They are all battling for 2nd place in the championship. And at the moment, it is advantage Adam Wright.
Yeah. Adam Wright's got 1,049 points. Tony Kloosterman has 976 points. Kenzie's got 924 points. And Simon Trendle, 916. So you could throw a small blanket over all of them for 2nd place. You're right. To the halfway point, Clyde. We don't expect anybody pitting any time immediately, do we? We've got another 3 laps before the next set.
Tony could pit any time from now if he's on a 3-stopper.
Okay. If there's any way that he wouldn't, and therefore throw off the tactics completely.
I don't know. if Tony did a really short first stint and he's going long in his second and third stint, that doesn't make sense to me with the other pit stops, why they were so long when they didn't need to be. I don't know. But again, as we said at the start, this is why we love these endurance races so much, because we have no idea what's going on or where anybody is pretty much until the checkered flag, because we could say after the final pit stop, but then there's always somebody that runs out of fuel.
There is. We've seen that more times than I'm comfortable with, because some of the people. Ooh, that was. Did you see that?
And
Woodward.
He's in the pits, and Woodward, so he is definitely 3 stopping.
But Tony, he came in the same lap as Tony, right?
He did on the first stop, yes.
Yeah. And Tony's gone again. Everybody who's watching is now imagining Pete's brain with smoke coming out the sides of it and cogs turning.
Nobody in their right mind wants to imagine Pete's brain. Tyler is putting a move on Kenzie.
After 10 years of you not doing it, no? Funny. Oh, he's going around the outside. Oh, we did that easier than I thought, didn't we?
Yeah, that looked like it was done and dusted, but Kenzie still got back.
I was so confused because I thought, well, maybe you didn't do it, and I got the original positions the wrong way round.
Right, Tony's in. I was right.
Did you just high five yourself?
I did.
I think you did, yeah.
I fist pumped myself.
Dear.
So this again, we called it when he first stopped. We thought he'd gone on to a 3-stopper. This is fascinating for me.
Had to properly laugh at Hoff's message, which said you need Jamie McKnight to hug you. He's slow enough to catch and to wrap his arms around you and not let go. That's brilliant. That was in reference to Johnny Brandon. That's brilliant. Oh dear. Well done, Hoff. Right, so Tony's still in the pits.
Yeah, he's on pit exit now. He's going to come out in 7th, I believe.
So his stop time, his pit time, was 21.25. Where's Ant Woodward?
25 seconds off the lead, Tony.
Yeah, and 25.28. So Tony was 4 seconds less than Ant Woodward. That's a lot. That is a lot.
He did do an extra lap, didn't he?
1 extra lap doesn't make that much time.
Is Tony clever enough to calculate it forward and thinking at this pace we're going to be a lap shorter than what we thought we was going to be? Miro's off again, but no damage.
Yeah, he keeps out of the way of wobbly. Yeah. There's the closest battle, right? Oh no, it's not the closest, but it's a close battle. This is Jamie on Bob Woodhouse. Drag race down to turn 1, but that's 3 car lengths there. I don't think he's going to make that up in the toe.
Yeah, and as suspected, Simon Trendle was the quickest out of those 3 in the first stint, because he's now gapped Kenzie by about 6 seconds.
Oh. And Kenzie's quick.
Yeah. Now, I think, unfortunately for Tony this time, is he going to get caught up behind Jamie Wilson for a little while? We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Tony's on fresh boots.
It's only 2 seconds off him, I think. 2.4 seconds off him. There he is. Coming through the corkscrew and through that left-hand turn that really messes with my ability to drive. Ability to drive, Sam. And that means crash.
Lack of.
Yes, exactly.
So Tony's last lap was a 23.8.
So Sam has picked a fight with Johnny Brandon on maths. My money's going on Sam.
Russell Cowell's about to join the series.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Can't believe he beat me to that one. But he says he's going to join it and then doesn't. This is where he leaves. This is where he leaves YouTube right now. He says, not these. How do you say that in English? He's tried driving the V8. It's not for him. What does that say about Russell Cowell's, Clyde?
Oh, he's a big girl.
Yeah, massive girl.
Best car on the service.
Honestly, it is though, isn't it?
It's the most rewarding, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
because
if you can drive it,
you can't just jump in it and drive. You've got to put the practice in with this car.
Understand the vehicle.
Not with the new format that's coming up with the sprint and fixed set.
I have
no idea what all that was about.
No.
Just a random guy that I think is famous on Twitch that tries to change things that doesn't need to be changed.
Exactly.
I'm going to vote for him.
I'm not going to talk about it anymore because it will give somebody who doesn't need any publicity more publicity than he's worth. Hence why I've not mentioned it already. So, Adam Wright is currently your race leader. He is
longer.
No, that's where I was going.
Simon has creamed that lead down.
He has, yeah.
Tony Klusterman is now behind Jamie Wilson. Jamie will be desperately trying to do teammate Simon Trendle a favour. Tony Klusterman just gives him a nudge in the rear end.
Oh, I didn't see that. We went on that in the main stream.
That's called doing a Savile.
Doing a Savile? That's got to be inappropriate. Is that inappropriate touching? Is that what you're referring to?
Of the rear end.
Right, yes. Can you indicate on the doll where on the car you were touched? Not going to want to wait, and he's not waiting. Look at that, waiting, Clyde.
No.
Whoa!
No, but he has got massive. The tyres under him at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to get held up by Bob Woodhouse, is he?
No.
Bob's got to be careful.
He doesn't give up to Jamie. Yeah, absolutely. But you're right. It's funny, isn't it? You would tune in at this point and think that was a send. It's not, because the tyres in this car react just like that. It looks like a send, but he's actually in complete control. It's not random. It's not beyond his ability. It is controlled overtaking in this car, isn't it?
Yeah, if you want to see a V8 send, watch Adam Wright on lap 1.
Yeah, exactly that. At the corkscrew. Tune in again. Oh, this is going to be good.
They're trying to orchestrate something, aren't they?
Yeah, but none of them know what it is.
Quite coming off because Jamie Wilson is being a pain.
Oh dear.
There we go. Now they get it done.
Again, looks like a send. Not a send. It's just lots and lots of grip. We love that. And even the car folks like me, even if you drive this car and make it for an entire lap, you can still claim that you look cool, because that's what's going to happen.
Simon Trendle is crawling all over the back of Adam Wright at the moment.
He is, yeah. So this is for the lead of the race.
He's not tried the payback send into the corkscrew yet.
No, not yet. It might happen by the end of the race, mind. Insert picture is from Jamie, I think. Yep.
Only Kloosterman 23.5 seconds off the lead.
Yeah.
That's not coming down quick enough for him at the moment. Although he has got eons of clean track in front of him now.
So Simon Trendle's gone super deep into turn 1. Andretti hairpin. He's going to need a couple of turns to make that time back up again. Here's Jamie Wilson, who I was exclaiming about because I could see his inset picture on the broadcast. And it was wild. I thought he was having it. Bob Woodhouse in front of him.
Yeah, I should keep an eye on the leaders and let you know if anything goes on.
Thank you. And he's closing in slowly but painfully surely. The fact that they can break into turn 5, so that's the turn before the kink. This is the kink here now. Later than I ever would dare. That's the difference in speed, obviously, but for me, braking under the bridge or even slightly before it is utter death. And braking where I do is the only way that I can survive it. So heading towards the penultimate turn with Jamie Wilson tailing Bob Woodhouse. What are you watching?
Simon Trendle just had a lock up. Hasn't lost a great deal, but that's not going to help his tyre situation.
Okay. Whoa. Jamie Wilson sideways out of the last turn. That's not going to help his traction and speed against Bob Woodhouse, that's for sure. He's stuck to the back of him, though. He's not lost really any time at all with that. And he's on him like white on rice. 0.27 of a second at the moment. Tell you what, the Chimera boys are doing well here, aren't they?
Yeah, and I'm just wondering whether Simon Trendle is going to try and pit before Adam Wright and take advantage of the undercut. They're a little way off yet.
Yeah, they are.
10 laps off of pitting at the moment, but
we're watching Simon Trendle at the minute trying to do Adam Wright, but Jamie Wilson, his teammate, is very much closer to the back of Bob Woodhouse. And Russell Cowell, who says, "Pete, you don't look cool in any car." Yeah, you've never seen me in the V8 for a start. There's some fighting talk right away. You've seen what I've done with Dan Gray today. Everybody looks cool in the V8, right, Clyde?
oh, without a doubt.
Have you ever seen Russell Cowell in the V8?
No.
What does that say?
Well, you know, is the trouble with these two cars is they're identical apart from the chassis. So there is no OP car. So he wouldn't be able to pick the OP car, therefore he doesn't drive it.
We're racing!
Well, you're getting it from both ends now, Pete.
What's Johnny said?
He's seen you in the V8
Yeah.
and Russell is correct.
Awesome. Thanks, Johnny. Hate you forever. Oh, who's that off the side of the road? Missed it. I still don't know.
Yeah, and
Ivan, thank you.
Hoff is obviously rooting for Ant and said he could pit, fill it to the brim and head for home. That's literally what I was just about to bring up. We
Oh, go
are
on.
2 minutes away probably from being able to fill the car up to the limit and still make it home. So if anybody wants to try and undercut, it's going to be in the next 2 laps.
Seen Johnny Brandon in a V8 for a while either, so being able to look cool is a bit beyond him if he's not in it.
Oh, hello. Adam Wright.
Vanishing car! This doesn't look good, does it?
Connection issues.
No, he's going to go, isn't he? Back. Oh, Vincent! That's out of 12th place. We were wondering whether he was fuel saving. I'm not sure he was. Excuse me.
I was just going to say, Adam's connection sorted himself out and then he disappeared again. He hasn't quite gone full Bingham yet.
Not yet. It could happen. Johnny Brandon has sided on the side of caution and said he hasn't looked cool for a very long time. I can only agree with him. What about you, Clyde?
Well, you know, I think there's a new fashion. I think everybody should start bleaching their legs like Ant Woodward. Because that is the only way they got that white. There are people in Hollywood that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for teeth as white as ants' legs. And there you go, just to prove the point. And it also means that Stacey isn't watching because we've been going on about ants' legs for the whole race and she's not said anything.
Slater's message a bit incorrectly. I read, I've been to the Jamie McKnight School of Fuel. I thought that sounds cool.
Well, I think I'm just watching the chat at the moment because, you know, obviously there was the big Foggy and Johnny breakup, and I think Hoff is now trying to muscle in, knowing that Johnny's heart is still broken, and he's going to try and take advantage of him. Looking at those messages,
is he going to change from the Hoff to Hoffy?
Oh, could do, couldn't he?
Yeah, could. Yeah. So, in the meantime, Simon Trendle is still bolted to the back of Adam Wright's car, really. 0.3 is what you're seeing on the screen. And it's bobbing up and down, but it's about static there. Really, Simon needs to get the wick on. And do some damage here. Jamie Wilson in the 7th place, up 3 from his start place, is still behind Bob Woodhouse. Johnny says he's already gone back to his ex, Lane O'Connor.
I suppose now that lockdown's over and you can go back visiting in old people's homes, you can see Lane again.
He'll have progressed from an old people's home to some sort of senility centre, right?
Or cemetery.
Oh.
I miss Lane. He used to
I do as well. He was funny when he... Oh, hang on.
Pit
lane's filling up. Pit lane's filling up.
We didn't have to abuse Johnny, did we? Because Lane did it for us.
Yeah. It was almost like a service we never paid for. Sorry.
Tyler and Kenzie. No, they are definitely trying to take advantage of the undercut.
I didn't see it last night, but I was reassured many times that it did exist. So let's see what happens. Kenzie was near the front not long ago.
Yeah. Tony has got 22 seconds to Simon. And they both need to pit again. Kenzie's gone in now. Sorry, no, Kenzie's coming out now.
Coming out, yeah.
And
he's still in the pit. Oh, right, he's going.
Just in front of Ant Woodward. Adam Wright's in. Simon Trendle's in. Or is he? No, he's not. Simon Trendle stayed out.
Sorry, I was just reading off.
Oh, the love affair is in full swing.
It is. Yeah. There's only a ring and marriage proposal missing now.
Yep. I'm sure there will be flowers winging their way to Johnny's house as we speak.
Yeah, red carnations, all of them. 300. Oh, that's funny. Johnny, is that a threat or a promise? That's class. Oh, dear. Funny stuff. Oh, dear. Simon Trendle is your race leader. His last lap was a 1:25.1. It's not the fastest in the world, but his times will be being punished.
Doesn't need to be at the moment, does
No,
it?
you're right, actually. No, it doesn't. He's got 21 seconds over the next person behind him, which is Tony. And this is Adam into the pit. No, Adam leaving the pit. Excuse me.
Adam comes out in 8th at the moment, just behind Ant Woodward. So Kenzie has jumped him in that round of pit stops.
Drag race. That's Bob Woodhouse. Ooh. Simon Trendle getting round them all here. As you'd expect. Or is he? Yeah, he will. That's close though, isn't it? Oh, hang on, he got a wheel spin there. Oh, is that bad? That's bad for him, isn't it? Coming out behind. Oh, all right, that's fine. So Bob gets out of the way. I thought he was going to get held up. You see?
Yeah. Adam desperately trying to get round Ant.
Yeah, got lots of good rubber underneath him now.
Yeah, Ant just needs to put one of his legs out of the window.
What, a sunburnt leg? Sorry, a wind-burnt leg. Ant'll give the pit position up anyway, just to get rid of the moaning about the wind and how cold he is and all the other stuff. What else was there? He moaned all weekend, really.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. He was like the princess and the pea, only there was no pea. Hoff says, I didn't expect that answer. Give me a minute to come up with something. So this is your race leader in the pits as we watch Kenzie. Whoa, that's close. With Ryan. That is close. Oh, Ryan's let him go. Oh, has he? Fighting back massively and taking the position back. That's good racing, Clyde.
Yes.
Oh, was it?
I'm going to say.
Well, it's still going on. Hey, he's let him go now. So, Ryan's in. Who's that sat there? That's Simon, leaving pit road. Huff says, Jamie's not answering his phone. I've got nothing.
It's that time of the evening where I am tucking into tonight's delicacy.
You were unusually quiet, or should I say usually quiet? Seca is currently in the pits. We saw him a minute ago. This is Adam Wright chasing down Kenzie. So these are for the important positions, really. This is going to be well within the top 5. I don't know where, because I don't want to make myself sound silly, but Tony Kloosterman, 2 stops in. What's that? 10 seconds in the lead over Jamie Wilson, who's yet to pit, and Wobbly, who has just pit. So you should see Wobbly in your picture there, just for a very temporary time. You'll see him again now. There we go. So everybody's starting to filter out now. So soon we will get into everybody will have done 2 stops, and then it's a gamble of who's going to have done 3. We think Tony Kloosterman and possibly Anne Woodward have another stop to give us.
I don't think it's possibly, I think it's definitely.
Oh, you think it's definite, right? Okay, we can translate that through the medium of cake to be that Clyde thinks there's definitely 2 stops to Tony and Anne.
It's not actually cake.
Oh, what is it?
Well, so this is going to sound a bit weird.
Right, is it cock?
But it's nice.
Is it cock?
No.
No. What is it?
It is chocolate orange buttermilk pancakes with custard.
There's so much going on in that sentence. Chocolate? What? Do that again. Chocolate orange.
Buttermilk pancakes.
Buttermilk. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be imagining.
With custard on them.
I get the custard bit. I get the pancake bit. I get the chocolate orange, but I'm imagining the thing you get at Easter. And buttermilk, I don't know really what I'm looking at, but I've got
they're like the thicker American fluffy pancakes as opposed to our thin things.
Yeah. Got that, yeah.
It's them.
Oh, okay. And in terms of healthiness?
Oh, way up there. In fact, probably healthier than salad.
Have you ever had salad?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
You don't make friends with salad.
So, folks, when we had the BSTV Sausage Fest, which is not what you think it might be.
It could be.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures, it is.
Right, okay. I provided for everybody's gastronomic entertainment 2 bags of salad to go in their burgers, which, yes, they did turn out all to be the same colour, but never mind. The salads were tossed unceremoniously into a flower bed.
No,
they were. They were.
They were reunited with their fellow weeds.
This is Wobbly trying to do an overtake for the first time tonight and failing. Anyway, yeah, so, Clyde repatriated them with their fellow weeds, apparently. So, your cake thingy is as confusing as your on-track ability, according to Clyde. According to Hoff, about Clyde. Don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
No, I'm not even going to go there.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'm not even going to mention having hissy fits and quitting and...
Yeah, and saying you're not going to continue and all that.
Not playing anymore.
No, my ball, taking it home, all that. Well, we are...
A little over half an hour, Pete.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. It's a threshold, isn't it? Everybody's done 2 stops. We're expecting certain others to have done 3. One of them being Tony, who is 24 seconds, I'm going to call that.
Yeah, Tony and Ant are due in any time now.
Ant's not worked this as well as Tony, has he?
To be fair to Tony, he got the lead, didn't he? And when you've got that clear track in front of you, at least you can put down your best lap times, whereas Ant was probably mired in traffic.
Yeah. Ant was scrapping with a few different cars in the different stints. It's not going to have done his overall race any good, spending that much time dicing with other people. Tyler was right up there with the front four at the beginning, if you remember, and now he is back in 6th. I don't know what's contributed to that.
Well, he'll definitely be in 5th when Ant pits, and possibly up to 4th when Tony pits. I think the surprise at the moment is how far Adam has managed to get himself back up the grid, because he dropped way down, didn't he, after that Turn 1 incident?
Yeah, he and Simon did, but Simon's in 2nd, so they were on the same bit of tarmac at the time. Yes, Adam fared the worst of the outcome of it, but yeah, they were both in that same incident. The Hoff says he'll come back next season. Tony needs some kind of competition. Are there 2 Tonys in our league?
I only know 2 Tonys in my whole world.
Is one soprano by any chance?
Oh, that's a lie. I know 3.
Well, this non-Tony
Pete
Pete is going to go and make wee-wee, so I'll be back shortly.
Okay, so we are 30 seconds away from the 90-minute mark, which means 30 minutes to go. As we've been saying, Tony and Ant Woodward are on a 3-stop strategy. Doesn't look like it's going to work, but there's still half an hour to go. Tony's in now. Which means Ant Woodward is not going to be far behind. Ivan Bowman's is in as well. Is that a pit stop? Oh, no, it's a drive of shame for Ivan. Okay, let's see where Mr. Trendle is. He is about to go past pit lane now. Pit exit is there, so Simon Trendle takes over the lead. Tony Kloosterman is down to 5th position by the looks of it. So Ant Woodward, as expected, is also in. Let's have another look at those incidents. Have we got anybody else creeping up? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers on double figures. Nobody is imminent for a drive of shame. So after all that shook out, Simon Trendle has a 4-second lead over Kenzie Newhoff, who has a oh, hang on, where is? Why can't I find anybody? There's Adam. Adam is within a second of Kenzie.
Yeah, there's not much in that, Clyde. Tony's obviously pitted while I've been away.
Yep. As is Ant.
Right, okay. So they've got, ooh, that's quite a big gap to cover, isn't it? 13 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that that's going to happen, if I'm honest, but we will keep an eye on the lap times.
Tony. I mean, the drop-off in tyre performance is quite significant at Laguna, but 13 seconds is a massive amount of time. You'd be doing, I mean, how far in are we? We've got less than half an hour left.
Yeah, I think you've got 5 laps to make hay.
Yes.
And then it sort of settles down, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Into the kink here for Tony Kloosterman. Fires it up the hill. Looks super smooth with all that new grip. But he's going to have to be doing laps. Well, what's that? It's going to be 2 seconds on a lap. I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at the lap times this time round, because this will be Tony's first flying lap out of the pits. So a 1:24.6 for Simon Trendle, 24.7 for Kenzie, 24.8 for Adam, and a 25 for Tyler, and a 23.7 for Tony. So 9/10 quicker.
Yeah. If he was to do that every lap, then fair enough. But I don't think that's possible, is it?
Well, it's not just the gap, is it?
No.
He's also got to overtake 4 cars to get back to the lead.
Yeah, and Wobbly, who we're watching at the minute, back to his start position of 8th place, but right behind Bob Woodhouse. He could get 1 position here. This is the closest battle on track at the moment, with Kenzie being in the other battle, which is close.
The other thing you missed was Ivan doing a drive-through penalty.
Well, I picked up a few incidents, but nowhere near the limit. But there was other people in our official race last night who had a much higher I rating than me, who got like 14. I don't know what the actual limit was. I think it's probably 17 before a DQ. So it must be easy to pick up lots of incidents. There's a few places, isn't there? There's the corkscrew, there's the kink, there's the outside of turn 4, which is the right-hander, which is quite fast, or 3, sorry. Excuse me.
Well, Ivan is now a third of the way to a second drive of shame.
Many.
"25 minutes to go." Oh, Adam Wright!
Let's have a... He's on his own. We've joined him.
That's took him off of the back of Kenzie.
Oh, no. So, up the hill. Oh, he got a lot of the...
curb, didn't he?
Yeah. Into the kink, that was. That was what I was doing yesterday. Not good. In fact, Adam was doing that in practice. So he's used to it.
Put him into the clutches of Tyler.
No.
Tony is now right on Tyler's bumper.
Well, see how quickly Tony can dispatch Tyler, because that's critical to his race tactic. Oh, right. Well, that's very quick. That's very, 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 very quick.
Tyler's got a good exit.
He has, actually. Although Tony can hang it around the outside here. And again at the next one.
Right.
Yeah. He's holding it, though.
Nice. Back.
That's going to be really annoying for him, because he's going to want to drop these cars as quick as he can.
The longer it takes, the harder it gets.
Next realistic place, while we're on board with Tony, is into the last turn. Unless he's going to try it into turn 1 again. Oh, he's having a look into there. Oh dear, he's not going to try it into the last turn now because it's too far behind. I think that was a bit too eager, don't you, Clyde?
Yeah. kind of took the racing line, didn't he, and left a lot of space on the inside.
He left an open invitation signed by both of his parents, but this is going to be it now, I think. Under braking alongside. Didn't we see this last time?
Oh, there was contact there.
Oh dear. Tony's gone for the blowdown.
Unsafe pit exit.
Yeah. The thing is, at this point here, he knows that he needs to do this.
Yeah, there weren't a lot in it for me. I think it was a big send by Tony.
It was, and
although he did advertise it early enough.
Oh yeah, but he stamped on the brake because he knew he couldn't turn the car, so he didn't take Tyler out.
There's enough room for Tony. He's just a bit wide.
He's just too hot into the corner. And Tyler carries on as normal. So Tony's going to have to catch up.
Again?
Yes. Wobbly chasing down Bob Woodhouse. Still, is that? Oh no, Bob Woodhouse sideways. Carried a lot of speed into Andretti hairpin there, Clyde.
It carried a lot of speed into the kitty litter.
Yeah. There's Tony closing back onto Tyler yet again.
So the lead gap is now about 5 seconds.
So, do you think Tony's tactic of 3 stops was too much?
Well, looking at the leaderboard, most definitely yes.
Yeah.
However, if Tony thought that, he couldn't do it on pace on a 2-stopper, then I admire anybody that tries something different.
Absolutely. That's why we get variety, isn't it, in races, but it doesn't always work out. We used to watch Michael Taliancic and think, he's mad.
He is mad.
He is mad, yeah, but he won.
So I don't think, barring mistakes, I don't think there's going to be much in the way of change in the top 3. Come on, guys, prove me wrong.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes, so tyre wear could come into this very quickly. And Tony, whilst he has shorter pit stops all the way through, new rubber could be more poignant than we think. At the minute, he is 20 seconds away from winning this, which, even to the uneducated eye, would suggest that that's a lot to overcome. But there's a few positions he could put behind him.
Fuel could come into it. We're all very good at taking a gallon less in the pit stop, and you know what, I can get that back in the last stint, and then I'm in a race with somebody, forgot to do the fuel saving.
Absolutely.
There's definitely going to be a lot of sweaty drivers at the moment, Pete.
Yeah. Okay, got the aircon on full and the fan pointing towards my steering wheel and wheelbase, because last night
to stop it catching fire.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So yesterday there was
or is it blowing the smoke away?
Well, it was last night. So there was smoke, there was definite electrical burning, It was. There was not a dry eye in the room. All the eyes were mine. As it kind of gave up, so I lost my force feedback on the majority of it, and there was lots of loud noises, which there has been for a while. So I've had to submit to the fact that I need a new wheel.
Have you purchased anything yet?
No, I have, and it's been. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Oh, wobbly.
That's wobbly. Is this going to cost Pete a tenner? No.
I don't think so. No, he's on his own, I think.
Does he not get a tenner for himself?
Well, no, obviously. That would be stupid. Where's my screen gone? Oh, there we go. No, that was all on his own. Nobody benefits from that financially. More's the pity. So, yeah. I have made a purchase. I don't know how sensible the purchase is. I'm reliably informed by Gary that it's a good purchase, but it's not particularly well timed since everything has just got suddenly so ridiculously expensive in the UK, i.e. my mortgage, my utility bills, everything including fuel. It's just unbelievable. So Tony's still not managed to get past Tyler, Clyde.
No, I'm just watching Wobbly and Bob Woodhouse at the moment. Obviously, Wobbly's got damage. Could be easy pickings.
Tony! Is he going to manage this? I think he probably is now, yeah.
Tyler backed out of that.
Well, I don't think he had any choice. I think my hay kicking in. Tony should disappear off. Bob Woodhouse 1 second behind Wobbly and probably closing because of the damage. He is.
Yeah, but he's not crawling all over the back of him.
No, which is a surprise because Bob Woodhouse is good in this car. Like really competitive in this car.
Front end damage doesn't seem to be affecting Wobbly at the moment.
No, and we've seen this before, haven't we? Where to our eyes it looks pretty horrendous, but the driver says, "Well, no, my wings and my fairing looked like they were still attached while I was driving." So we saw that with, do you remember Ivan at Le Mans? And we said, you know, he's driving in the dark with no lights on. It's brilliant. It's hilarious. And he could see perfectly well. Johnny wants to know what I bought. I bought a Fanatec. What did I buy? A DD Gran Turismo or Gran Turismo DD or something along those lines. Not the most expensive on the market and probably not the best, but that's all I can afford right now. I don't know. What's Johnny driving with? Let's find out.
Xbox controller.
If he is, then I'm going to be very, very annoyed because he's very quick, isn't he? And nobody should be that quick with an Xbox controller. The only person that I will accept that is faster than me with anything less than me is Vit Solomon, if you remember him, Clyde, because he drove
on a laptop.
on a laptop.
Yeah.
I don't even know whether he had a wheel, but he was unbelievably quick. He was brilliant. So Johnny says anything DD is good, as we all know. Yeah. So I don't know that. Well, I do because I did some laps on Gary Craig's direct drive wheel, and it nearly broke my wrists because he put it onto maximum force feedback. So it was an experience nonetheless.
No, I am thinking that Simon Trendle is homing in on his first V8 win.
Really is. His nearest competitor is 6 seconds back down the road. We've got 12 minutes still to run, or 10 minutes, sorry.
He was right the first time.
What, 12?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, that's good then. Sorry, I looked up and saw elapsed time 150 and thought we had 10 minutes left. I think he's very much on the way to his... Is this his first V8 victory?
I believe so.
Ooh, interesting. Why is Kenzie going so slow?
Because of this.
There's a corkscrew, isn't it?
Wiggle on the way in.
He was turning right to go left, Clyde.
Yep. Just outbraked yourself, I think, at the entry to the corkscrew.
Johnny Brandon's rich, clearly, because he's got a Simia Cube, Clyde.
Yeah, I have no idea with the technology these days.
Are you racing with, or what would you be if you were?
I've still got my Thrustmaster thing.
T500?
No, the next one up. I can't even remember what it's called.
No, okay.
TX something.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's an age now, isn't it? So, Bob Woodhouse has got the tractor beam out on wobbly with his damage. Oh, lots of wheel spin though. That was a bit too eager, I think, from Bob Woodhouse. There, what has happened? So Wobbly is retired to the pit road. Bob Woodhouse is travelling very slowly around Andretti.
With damage on the right hand side of his car. I don't know if he already had that.
Which one?
Bob.
Oh, Bob, right, okay. So this is the replay. Oh, wow! Oh my word! That's a send. That's a send. If anybody
that was from about 4 miles back. That was more.
That was 4 days back.
My breaking point is here somewhere. Oh, it was back there.
We've both done it, haven't we, Clive?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that was when you see things like that. That's someone missing their breaking point by an enormous amount. Maybe someone asked him what he wanted for dinner. That's happened to me before.
Or you could have done what I used to do and use the shadows as breaking points. And then iRacing decided that they was going to do dynamic shadows.
Yeah, I remember that as well. That was funny. It took me 2 races to figure that out, you know. That's embarrassing, isn't it? So everybody used to use shadows as breaking points at one point or another, especially around oval circuits, Clyde.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. There was nothing else to measure against, really. And then all of a sudden they brought in the time transition and everybody was overshooting or massively undershooting their turn 1 braking points and turning and thinking, why am I going so slow? Or why am I going too fast at turn 3? It was a massive adjustment.
So down to 8 minutes. Don't think Tony's going to get anywhere near Adam Wright.
No, that's a big gap to cover. 7 seconds. Yeah, Wobbly's quit the session, Clyde.
Yeah, didn't expect anything else.
Is that a rage then quit or a rage quit?
I think that was probably a. I'm guessing Wobbly had already used his fast repair and his car was a wreck.
Trundle doing a drag race here with Nikolai, but Nikolai's wise to that and he's letting him go.
I mean, Nikolai seems to have lost some pace recently. He
Want to say anything, but yeah,
didn't he? Where
yeah,
we thought, whoa, hang on, you know, this guy's getting up there now. And then I wouldn't say he's gone backwards, but he's not moving forwards with the same amount of speed that he was before.
No, it's got going on outside of sim racing. You do need to put a massive amount of hours into practice for this car in particular. And if you don't have that in your life, then you're not going to do brilliantly unless you've got that innate ability like the like the Foggies of this world. Yeah, Nikolai's come on a lot since he first joined us. So much different to what he was. And
yeah, he's got to be proud of what he's achieved so
massively.
far in the series. And maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, but he did have a bit of a meteoric rise that just seems to have stalled, shall we say?
In the progression rating, if out of 1 to 10, I've moved from probably 2 to 4 over the course of my entire V8 career. He's definitely moved from a 2 to a 7.
Yeah, but then plateaued. Simon Trendle is still hanging the rear of the car out.
Yes, he is.
7.5 seconds in the lead.
Yeah, he's putting on a clinic right now. That's brilliant to see. Where is he in the league again? Hang on, I'm gonna go and find it.
Well, he's up there, but I don't think it's certainly not gonna get him up to second place because Adam Wright is scoring big.
Yeah. And Sereni's ahead of him. Is he?
Is he gonna jump Kenzie maybe?
Possible, actually.
There's only 8 points between those two.
Might just make that. Depends on incident points, doesn't it? There we go. Sam's put it on the screen. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, there's 6 points between 4th and 5th.
No, Tyler. Oh, jeez, he pulled it back. Nice camera work, Sam.
Yeah, 6 points in finishing positions. Incident-wise, Simon Trendle is gaining another 6 points.
Pole position as well.
And pole position, which is another 5 points. So, looks like, as things stand at the moment, Simon should get up to 4th place in the championship.
It's just...
And again, we're talking about progression. I would never call Simon Trendle average, but he joined us this season, and you've seen his progression this season. You know, he's gone from a mid-packer to top 5 to podiums to it looks like a win. Be very, very interesting if Simon signs up next season whether he can fight for the championship all the way through the season. You know, we already know that Chris Jackson is going to be part-time next season, which will rule him out of the championship.
Yeah.
I've already put all of my pressure on Adam Wright by telling him he's going to win it.
No, I think Simon's got a massive chance of winning next season, providing he signs up again. Russell Cowell says he's jumped off his pedestal. He should have jumped off his dictionary compared to last season in the TCRs. He really has. But he's not in the OP car anymore, or rather, everybody's in the OP car.
He's gone from a 7 to a 1.
Oh, dear.
My only advice to Russell is, if you start off shit and stay shit, you're a winner.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, yeah. Right, so, that's a bit of a lock-up from Simon, but it's not going to hurt him too much because he's only got a 9-second lead, Clyde.
Yeah, and we are into the final minute of the race.
Wow, where did that go? Good God. He's wringing its neck still. He's not letting it go. You can only hope he's keeping it under wraps so that he can actually finish.
Yeah, you would think maybe he would slow down a little bit and not do another lap.
No. He's
Although I'm not sure that he's going to get round anyway.
Oh, right, okay. I love
We're in the corkscrew now.
I love the dynamic where you've got all the rubber and the flies across the front of the car. And on the white cars, it obviously shows up more. So thanks to Team Chimera for putting a white paint on their car.
Yeah, no, he's not going to make the start-finish line. There it is. Checkered flag is out. So we believe a maiden victory in V8ESC for Simon Trendle. And what a victory it was. Kenzie Newhoff comes home in second.
Kenzie.
And Adam Wright should come home in third place.
No, talking to Tony about the tactics. And Tyler, actually, because he was in fourth, towards the beginning of the race. It'd be interesting to understand how, even though he's up 4 places and come home 6th, what separated him off? So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that will be one to find out.
Russell Cowell says the level of abuse could be almost mistaken for love. No, it's just abuse.
Definitely not love, mate. Believe me.
That's Ryan. 8th he's going to take, which is a great result for Ryan.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Russell says, I know. Yeah.
I am going to busily wait for the session to click over and then hurriedly try and upload the result. So we know exactly where people have finished in the championship,
including their penalties. So it's actually official now. So your race winner is Simon Trendle for Team Chimera. What a great drive, tactically brilliant, and some overtakes in there on track, which enforces that victory. Kenzie Newhoff in second place for Racing Forces. Third was Adam Wright to fill out the podium there for BSTV Esports Green. Tony Klusterman in fourth for NQR North America. Tyler Newitt in fifth for BSTV Esports Green. For Team Chimera, Jamie Wilson finished sixth, ahead of Ant Woodward in seventh for NQR Europe. Ryan Walker finishing 8th for BSTV Esports Green as well. NQR Europe finished. Hang on, wrong. Ryan Walker. Yeah, I've done Ryan Walker. NQR Europe for Bob Woodhouse in 9th. Don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Lots of donuts going on, distracting me. 10th is Nikolai Bogotyrev, his teammate for NQR Europe. Vincent Skilbeck finished 11th for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Miro Hrasky finished 12th for BCS. Ivan Batman's in 13th for Track Velocity Racing. Wobbly finished in 14th for BSTV Sports Pink. And Stephen Phillips in 15th for Dash Hound Racing.
Okay, well, I can tell the folks at home before we do any interviews. Obviously, we already knew Chris Jackson had won the championship. Adam Wright has come home in 2nd, Tony Kloosterman 3rd. Kenzie Newhoff came home in 4th and Simon Trendle in 5th. That was on drop scores. The teams, NQR North America take that title with BSTV Esports Green in 2nd, NQR Europe 3rd, Team Chimera in 4th and Racing Forces in 5th. The Safe Driver Award, no, it's definitely not Wobbly Kneecaps, was actually won by Chris Jackson. Ivan Bauman's had an absolutely awful race, so won by Chris Jackson, Rob Woodhouse 2nd, Ivan Bauman's in 3rd, Ryan Walker looks like he was in 4th, Nikolai Bogotyrev in 5th, obviously Forever Forwards, that was won by Kenzie Newhoff with 50 positions gained. Chris Jackson 2nd, Stephen Phillips 3rd, Adam Wright 4th, Nikolai Bogotyrev in 5th. And in the head-to-head, Tony Kloosterman was 4th, Vincent Skilbeck was 3rd, Chris Jackson 2nd, and your head-to-head winner was Adam Wright. So let's get these interviews over and done with, Pete, and I'm going to let you start and bring in race winner Simon Trendle.
Simon Trendle, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm knackered.
Yeah, I bet you are. It's quite warm tonight, isn't it?
Just a bit, and that's not one of my favourite tracks. It's a bit full on, so
let's start with that. Why is it not your favourite track?
It's narrow. There's dirt at the side of the track that catches you out and swings you sideways. This car doesn't like it on the brakes into any of the corners at all. It's just frustrating.
So, in terms of the car not liking it under the brakes into the corner, there's a number of corners that you need to keep on the gas while you're braking into the corner, right?
I don't, if I'm honest.
Do you not? Right, okay.
No, I trail brake in, but you're on the throttle early to keep the car balanced, but not at the same time. It's my driving style. I don't tend to do that at all. So.
Okay, a lot of V8 drivers will stay on the gas while they're on the brake in order to stop the back end of the rear spool from spitting them off the track. I'm one of those drivers, but I'm not very good, so I will bow to your expertise. You managed to finish with quite a comfortable lead in the end. Tactics were excellent. Your start was good, which is unusual for a Chimera start.
Still lost, didn't I? Still side by side to the corner, but yeah, at least it went backwards.
Yeah, but overall, you in an endurance race, the start isn't the finish, is it? If you know what I mean. You don't automatically win just from getting away at the start. You work your way to a victory, and you've done that tonight. So you should feel very proud. Talk me through it.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember back to the start because it's a long time ago now. And
there was Adam Wright into the corkscrew.
Oh yes.
Full send.
Yes. Yeah, it's as I said, that's easy to lock the brakes around here, and if you lock them, they don't unlock.
No.
So that's what he'd done. I tried to wait for him to blast past me, but he just blocked off any point I could turn in. So I had to take to the dirt, and then had to serve my slow down on the straight. So yeah, that was unfortunate. The battle with Tony for the first few corners was tight. I think it was fun. And then once I served the slowdown, it was a case of working my way back through the field. I was back up to third, I think, when Tony went into third when Tony went into the pits to do his extra tyre stop, which I don't think worked out for him very well, if I'm honest. And then when we came to the pits, I made the decision that I knew I was faster than Tyler and Kenzie in terms of raw pace, so it was important that I came out in front of them, but far enough ahead that they didn't have a tyre either. So I short field, and then that was nearly undone by Adam again when he was trying to hold me up later in the second stint. And then the third stint was just a case of where Tony came out, and he was still stationary in his pit box when I went past. So from there, it was cruising and not wrecking the tyres at that point because the track temperature had gone way up.
Yeah, I'm saying that to Clive actually, which is what do you do when you're in the lead? Do you continue to push the envelope, or do you accept the fact that you've got a massive lead, which is what you had technically, and make your way to the finish without any incidents, and that's exactly what you did. Jamie did all right tonight as well.
Yeah, it was P6, I think. It just didn't make any mistakes, I think, which is a typical Jamie way of doing races. So there's these, I think it's called the BSTV kidney stone, which is very apt. It's also known as the cockroach because you can't kill him.
That's brilliant. I've never heard that. Have you, Clyde?
I do like the cockroach, yes.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that. We're going to have to put that on this banner. But no, you did a fantastic race tonight. Where did you say came out, Clyde?
In the championship, 5th.
5th? I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that's where you started tonight.
He actually scored more points than Kenzie, but with the drop score, Kenzie picked him to 4th.
Oh well, I had a rough start to the season. I'm new to the car, so it's taken a long time to get used to the grips to it, and it's finally clicking with me. So, hopefully I can come back in the next season for it.
I think. Do you do many of the officials or not?
I drop in and out of them.
Yeah,
I did yesterday just because of all the drama with the series, but
drama. I have not mentioned that tonight.
I wouldn't have normally done it because it was the same temperature it was today, and I don't really like racing in the heat because it's unpleasant.
No, absolutely not. Any shout-outs before I let you go and interview the other 300 people in the interview room?
You guys for the broadcast, the league, Simability for everything they do because they're a cool company with obviously accessibility and all that. More people in the hobby, which is fun. And Jamie for the last stint where we were desperately trying to not feel the pain in our legs and having some nostalgia about some 90s adverts.
Fair enough. In that case, we'll see you for the next season, and congratulations on tonight. Brilliant result, Simon Trendle.
Cheers, guys.
I nearly flushed Pete then. So Kenzie doesn't want to talk to us.
Oh.
So let's bring in the world champion Mona. It's Adam Wright.
At least I'm world champion at something, hey?
We're going to have to talk about it first off. Full send racing into the corkscrew on lap 1?
Well, not so much. In fact, was it Tony and Simon went a little bit wide at the kink? And
was it windy?
Tyler was actually saying... it was. He didn't have their shorts on either. But... Tyler was actually saying you want to back out of this, and I was thinking, I think I do as well. But then, well, you know what it's like, you get a run, so you got to go. But then I quickly found I couldn't see where my brake marker was, and that was that really. So I wasn't even trying to make a move. I just...
Sorry, before you go any further, I've always wanted to say this in a broadcast. Play it again, Sam. I'm hoping he can find the beginning of the race now. But I've always wanted to say it. Sorry, carry on. Anyway.
But... apologies to Simon because he assisted in slowing me down. So thanks, but sorry. I tried to give. I think I gave the spot back, and then I ended up running wide, and it took a few laps to get in the groove again. But I'm pretty sure I looked pretty shit.
Yeah, ultimately, in the end, it didn't ruin Simon's race because he came home with a win. A cracking recovery drive from yourself because you was quite mired back in the field, wasn't you?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to put your head down and not think about it and just do what you can. But I mean, I had a great battle with Bob, with Woody. So I just kept plugging on. But then I think it's a strategy. I was surprised by the different plays. I mean, Tony completely surprised me.
Only completely surprised us.
Yeah, and I think Woody went on the same schedule. So that was them. And then I knew the only way I was going to get back in play would be to do an undercut. But then that would leave me vulnerable towards the end. But the tyre life's pretty good. So I felt comfortable doing that. So that's what I did. And it worked, really.
Yeah, it certainly did. Third on the track tonight, second in the championship overall. I know we've already spoken at the Sausage Fest. What are your chances next season? We know Chris Jackson is only going to be part-time. Tony Kloosterman seems to be hitting some form again. Kenzie's always got speed. Simon Trendle's getting the hang of the car. Can you go one better next season?
I'd like to. I'll give it a go. I mean, I think Simon's just been getting better and better as the season goes on, and I think this is his first win. But it seems like
we think it is anyway.
Yeah, it seems like it shouldn't be, because I think it's overdue. So he's going to be a difficult one. Kenzie, Tony, Tyler, if he gets the time to put the practice in. I think, to be fair, it could be a cracking season next season.
Yeah, I thoroughly agree with you, mate. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
Just to everyone who's run the league this season, even the ones who started and can carry on. Hopefully they come back for next season. Simability, I can't remember if they're on board for next season, but thanks to them for sponsoring this.
Sure, they will be.
And obviously, thanks to you guys because you organise it, you broadcast it. It's brilliant.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your second place in the championship, Adam Wright.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so next up for you, Pete, it's Mr. Tony Kloosterman.
Good evening, Tony. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Pete?
I'm all good. I'm not quite recovered from the official yesterday, obviously. But we saw you and Ant do, rather, the only 3-stop strategy of the night. Did that not work out for you because of a particular reason, or did it actually work out for you and you'd have been further back otherwise?
Are you baiting me?
Not yet.
I decided to do an alternate strategy today just to see how it would go. I knew I'd lose 20 seconds in pit lane, and I used it as a learning experiment, I guess, to see what the difference in pace would be on an endurance race by doing it that way. The tires would have lasted 28 laps each time anyway, so it was just to try something different. And I think I could have got to third if Adam didn't have such a good teammate.
Yeah, to be fair. I remember you saying to me last night that the tyres were good for quite a lot longer than I thought they were. And I was like, what? Because mine were feeling like mush, but then you also did tell me, stay off the loud pedal, and they'll last for longer, which is pretty good advice, to be fair. Chris Jackson is on the chat all of a sudden, asking how everything went, and he's getting congratulated, so I'll let you do your public one.
Yeah, Chris did a fantastic job this year, and obviously very deserving of the championship. He just racked up the points early in the season, lots of bonus points, and obviously he had some great drives. So congratulations to Chris and everybody in the league. I think that our league demonstrates some really good, fast, fair driving, and generally the community is pretty good.
Agree with all of that. And there's been a lot going on social media about V8s in the US server. I've not made reference to it all night tonight but just because I don't want to draw any more publicity to it. But you're right. I mean, you've been with the league since the very beginning. You've been at the pointy end, at the middle, but you've never been anywhere near the bottom because your talent is too great. And I think that everything we learn from you and people like you, who are very quick in the V8, is worth retaining for the future, because it's all about racecraft. It's all about being able to perform in the car. And I have to respect you for everything that you do for V8s in the North American servers. You did fourth tonight, 2 places back from where you started. But as you said, you tried a different tactic to see what was capable on the tyre advantage. It didn't necessarily work out entirely, I'm sure. You'll agree to that. But we will see you back next season, I'm sure.
God willing, yes.
Yeah, awesome. And hopefully we'll get Bill Switzer back into the booth at the same time, and he can throw his witty comments around. And we will have the BSTV V8ESC that we had once upon a time, which was always great to entertain our folks with. Any thanks you'd like to throw out there before we let you go?
Our sponsors, Simability, Wild Rides. The guys on the team, obviously, you guys do for doing the broadcast. And just a little bit of good news. Clyde will be interested in this. Mr. Gary Croft was doing laps yesterday and maybe on the road to recovery. We're going to take it very slow, but it would be just awesome to see Gary back in the V8s, maybe in the near future. We'll see.
I got all excited then. I thought you was going to say Val was pregnant.
That would be a miracle.
You could call it Jesus.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Clyde, what is wrong with you?
That is good news. That was the first thing that came into my head. Unbelievable. But no, great news on Gary, yes.
Okay, guys, take care, and thanks for the great season.
Cheers, Tony.
Okay, before we bring Tyler the Smiler in, I've got to, I'll just keep an eye on Discord. And Nikolai Bogotyrev was absolutely sure it was a 90-minute race. His goal was to do it with a 1-stop and fuel saving. And he was quite happy with how it was going until his pit stop and found out there was still 1 hour and 15 minutes to go. Oh, I love stories like that. Anyway, let's bring in our 5th place finisher, Tyler Newitt. Welcome to the booth.
Hello.
Hello. Question. So we was convinced that you was fuel saving at the start. And then when you all pitted at the same time, either you was all fuel saving or you wasn't fuel saving. But you was right up there. What happened after that first stint? Why did you drop back?
So the big kicker was I had a collision with Ivan when he was trying to let me through in the 3rd stint. That was costing me maybe a half a second or lap or so on the straights, which really took me out of it. But I think my set was really, really good over the course of the run, and I think I would have had a chance at maybe 2nd if things had fallen my way a bit better. I don't think I had the pace for Simon. He was just on another level today, but I think I could have at least taken the fight to Kenzie and Adam in that last stint, and certainly been clear of Tony. But the first stint, Simon just told me he short-filled, but he was also fuel-saving. I was fuel saving. I don't think Kenzie was because we both jumped Kenzie. But yeah, Simon needed the track position, so he short filled. I wanted to jump Kenzie, so I was saving, but I don't like limiting my strategy in the second half of the race, so I filled a full tank there. So it worked out all right. The big kicker was Kenzie was quicker at the beginning of the stint generally, and he would keep laying the pressure on heavy, and I would let him through, and then he would get about a second ahead and start making mistakes, and I'd catch back up to him, and he'd start holding both of us up. So it was, a bit of a seesaw there over the course of a stint. But the second stint, I made a couple little mistakes. I caught the curb in the kink a little bit too hard shortly before my pit stop, which set me a ways back off of Kenzie. And then I pit out after that second stop about 2 seconds behind Adam and Kenzie. And I think I could have closed that gap down, especially if they started battling. But then Ant Woodward was playing the good teammate for Tony. And he was just a little better out of the last corner, which takes away the main overtaking opportunity. And even though I'm pretty sure I was quicker than Ant and I had better tires, I just couldn't get around him. So that was tough. And then Ant finally pit, and I was 5 or 6 seconds off Adam and Kenzie, and I was like, all right, time to go. And then I had my contact with Ivan, which put me out of it. So at that point, my only goal was to make sure Tony couldn't get to Adam, and I succeeded in that. So I guess I can take a little positive away from this one with that.
Yeah, well, to be honest, mate, 5th place in this championship is a positive anyway. And we know you didn't manage the full season, but 7th overall. So, still going good. What's your schedule looking like for next season?
Hard to say. Probably going to end up being about the same with 2 or 3 races missing. I really wish we had 2 drop rounds. That would be great. But I know that's not that's on me that I can't make it. But I will be here for sure, and I'll be doing everything I can for Team Green to try and snatch that team's title away. But it just never seems to work out that my schedule lines up with a full season of V8ESC. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see. Anyway, mate, any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to Adam, of course. I think I've said it plenty already this season, but it's awesome to have a teammate up at the front who I can coordinate with. And even though we tend to like different setups, it's still great to practice with Adam and bounce strategy off each other. It's awesome having him up there, and he definitely earned second in the championship. He was probably the quickest and most consistent outside of Chris this season, which is saying something. So super happy for him. Ryan and Wobbly for being in the chat today. That was fun. And you guys, as always, for the broadcast. And Simability, of course, for sponsoring the league. It's such an awesome league, and appreciate that they let us keep running it.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure to have you in the booth, and congratulations on tonight's result. Tyler Newitt.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Okay, Pete. Next up, Mr. Kenzie Newhoff has joined us.
Hello.
How are you doing, Kenzie?
All right. It could have been better there, but yeah, that was all on me on the race. Yeah, I hate strategy, basically.
Okay. So we saw you start in. I'm going to go with 6th. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yay! I was paying attention after all. And you fought your way very slowly and strategically to a 2nd place finish. 2nd on the podium tonight. Where are you in the league? Clyde's got this very much clearer than I have.
4th.
4th! Excellent. Which is a brilliant result. You had a bit of a not a loss of love necessarily, but you were unsure whether you continue with the V8 ESC League at some point, I'm sure, this season. and you've done remarkably well, especially to get a second tonight in an endurance race around Laguna Seca. So tell us all about all of that.
Well, the race, yeah, as you said, I messed up quali because I did the official yesterday and it was like, I don't know, almost like a second slower in quali, so that was a great improvement. Then to the race, yeah, I don't know what happened on the start on the first lap. I think Tyler or Adam, one of the BSTV cars, like, went side by side with Simon there, and yeah, stacked everything up.
Adam. Yeah, it was definitely Adam. And we've got video footage as evidence that it was Adam. Yeah,
Of course it is, but no, but that moved me up into P3, I think, and then quickly made a move on Tyler then after he went wide in turn 1. So yeah, that basically got me track position. But at the time, I don't know, probably brain fade as usual. I thought like splitting the race in 3 segments was like 45 minutes for some reason. So I could have like pitted early because my tires were completely done on that first stint. So that lost me track position basically to Simon and Tyler, and then we kind of went downhill in a way with strategy. But yeah, fought my way back up. And at the lock, that Tony wasn't that quick in the end on the 3-stop, and yeah, that's how I ended up in P2.
Racing with you last night in the official, you were absolutely rapid. The speed you had it wasn't matched by anybody. It was brilliant. So I can understand, given what you said just then, what the difference is between last night and tonight. Hopefully you'll join us again for the next season of V8ESC, because you are now pretty much a stalwart of that series, or this series, I should say. Any reason we shouldn't see you next time?
But you can take my money anyway, so that's not a problem. But we'll see. I'll see how many races I'll do. I won't promise a full season, but yeah, I'll try to do as many as I can again. But we'll see.
No, that's cool. Where are you geographically? What country are you in?
From the Netherlands.
Oh, from the Netherlands. So you would so exchange notes, I guess.
We were all cheering when Adam crashed into Simon there. I don't know.
I'm sure you were, yeah. Awesome stuff. Any shout-outs other than that you'd like to give before we let you go?
Well, first of all, our partners, Hyder Race and Brandon Blakesley's liveries. And yeah, I had teammates at the beginning of the season, but they all tailed off. But yeah, to them as well. And in the end, you guys for organizing it all and commentating on it and doing a great job on the broadcast. So yeah,
brilliant. Yeah, cheers, Kenzie. It's you know, the people that paint the cars are often overlooked, but sometimes what they do, and in this league particularly, what they do is great, is often overlooked. So good call out, and we'll see you hopefully next season for as many races as you can do. Kenzie, you off.
Yeah, goodbye.
Okay, so we're getting through them. Next up, let's bring in our 7th place finisher, and Woodward. Welcome to the booth.
Evening. How are we?
We're not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, okay. Not too bad. Tired, sweaty.
Yeah, guessing you haven't been enjoying too much of the lovely weather we've been having.
No, it's too hot for me.
Yeah, especially too hot for your legs.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You like that, did you? That was a special treat for you, that.
You have the whitest legs we've ever seen, ever.
Compared to the rest of me, yeah.
Even when I look away from the screen, they're still there.
They're like burned on your retinas, aren't they? They're amazing. Anyway, let's talk about the race, because that's starting to bring my pancakes back, talking about ants' legs. I don't quite know how to call this result for you, because I think you're quicker than 7th, but you do seem to have your fair share of troubles and finish outside the top 10. So are you happy with that result personally?
I was hoping you could assess it for me and tell me how I did, really, because it's a tough one to call. I did an extra pit stop.
Yeah.
So where would I have been?
What was the 20 seconds we reckon.
Yeah. It didn't really work for me, that. I mean, Tony made it work better for him. It was interesting on the first couple because it sort of acted like a big undercut. So I ended up back in the throws, managed to do some good teammate work for Tony. I think Simon struggled to get past a bit, and Tyler did certainly. So kept me in play. But no, as a strategy for me, it didn't really work. I haven't got the pace to capitalise on the tyres.
Was that a call that was made between the two of you, or was that literally Tony's trying it, so I'm going to try it?
I wanted to do it every endurance race we've had.
Okay.
And Tony was talking about it this time, and I just thought, well, I'm just going to do it then. Pit every half hour.
That's fair enough. I like it. I love it when people do something different. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but ultimately it keeps everybody guessing, including us. We have no idea what's going on, so it's all good. But like you said there, you had some good battles, didn't you? You managed to make your car quite wide at some points during the race, and 11 incident points in a 2-hour race. I reckon your average must be about 73 per race. So that's a forward step, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's the other thing, isn't it? Like, it's all right thinking where would you be if you just ran the strategy that you should have run. But those 10 extra laps on old tyres, I could have racked up the incident points and had another drive through the pits anyway. So
yeah.
Tough to call, isn't it?
Yeah, ultimately you finished 10th in the championship, so we know this is a tough championship, so that's always a positive. I'm gonna guess that you're gonna be back next season.
Yeah. I would
take tan on your legs.
Yeah, I might put a bit on for the next one, or a pair of tights or something. It's ridiculous because I tan really well, but my legs are never exposed, so they're white as anything.
You need to talk to Adam Wright about leg tanning, I think. He'll point you in the right direction.
Will do.
But how have you enjoyed this season, Anne? Obviously we know you're personal, you've been starting up a business and getting married and everything else, so you've had a lot going on in the background, but still managed to find time to race with us. How have you found the season in general?
Loved it, looking back, as I always do, but it's a tough one. Started terrible, and it's got good towards the end. I think I had pace today. I had pace in the officials last night, so it's nice. It's nice to be able to take it to these boys in the top 5.
Exactly. And one further positive is you're still here. You haven't quit again.
Well, I've been here for 8. I've been here since how many are we on now? 11, right? So I've been here for 10, and I'm ignoring it. So I've been here for 10, and then I get to the position where I'm in the top 5. 3-4 seasons ago, maybe I was getting top 5s, and then a load of new people come in and they're all faster, and you get pushed outside the top 10 again.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
I just want to win, so I just want one win. I'll probably give up then.
I'm sure it will come eventually.
And never let him win.
No, not a good idea.
If he wins, we'll find a way to disqualify him.
I'm an absolutely excellent loser. All these things you've seen happen to me, these bad luck, especially this season, I just get up and I walk away. I had a bit of a wobble, but I'm generally a really, really good loser.
We know.
I'm a terrible winner. The day I win one, you'll all regret it.
Anyway.
You're a bit like Nico Rosberg then.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Win the championship and quit.
Yeah.
Anyway, and any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you lot for putting it on, because it's all I do. It's my only hobby, and I love it. Simability, brilliant company, team sponsors and league sponsors, and gorgeous wife Stacey and Evie and Jack.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure to talk to you, and we look forward to seeing you back in season 12. And
Thanks very much. Cheers, boys.
Okay, next up for you, Pete, is our 8th place driver, Ryan Walker.
Good evening.
Good afternoon. Is he still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
There he is.
Sorry about that. I had to unplug my microphone and then plug it back in.
No worries. So, we raced last night, and then you raced tonight. Where did you finish? 8th place, up from 11th, where you started. You started better last night, as in you had a better grid position, as I remember. And yeah, it was a less eventful night tonight than you had last night. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. So it was it pretty much went as expected. Happy with my top 10, but slightly frustrated at the same time, because I think I could have finished round about 7th place, I think, but got caught up in some of the mayhem in the corkscrew on lap 1, and pretty much had to nurse the car until the first pit stop, and then pretty much the rest of the race it's just a case of getting to the finish. But happy to finish in 8th place, and that's a good way to round out the season.
Tonight was a bit of an enduro challenge for you, I'm sure. You were around about the Ant Woodward battles for a while, but you finished yourself a few seconds adrift of him. What stopped you from getting more on terms with Ant by the end of the race?
I pretty much decided last night or tonight to go with a different setup, and it felt fine, but I forgot to change the gear ratios for this track, and I was struggling a little bit with some of the corners with what gears to use. So, but it's just a case of getting to the finish after I found I was struggling. So yeah, I managed to get to the finish, and yeah, it felt good being on the same sort of pace as Ant and as Bob, which is definitely a good thing. And I found anyway, doing the official series is definitely helped with consistency and finding that little bit of extra pace. And yeah, just happy to be closer to the front, or closer to the likes of Ant and Bob and some of the NQR guys in general. But so yeah, it's not a bad way to round out the season.
No, not at all. A very successful way to round out the season, to be honest. And in the officials, you've obviously done very well as well. Will we see you next season for another round of V8ESC?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be back. I was saying to some of the guys in the interview waiting room, I'll definitely be back next season, and hoping to put in more practice, and definitely just put in more practice and get more seat time, and use some of the official series races as extra practice as well.
Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
You guys for putting on the broadcast first of all, and the drivers in the Euro V8 series for making it a fun community to be around, and the Backfire Simsport TV league in general. If anyone's thinking about signing up or joining the league, I would definitely recommend it.
Stuff. Well, thank you very much, Ryan Walker. You finished 8th tonight, and we'll see you next season for another entertaining V8ESC season.
Just be.
Okay, so next up, let's bring in our 9th place finisher, Rob Woodhouse. Welcome to the booth.
Good evening, gents.
So first off, congratulations. There will be a shiny £10 note winging its way to you from Pete, as you are the latest winner of the I Killed Wobbly Award.
Oh, awesome. If you could see me now, I'm rubbing my hands together.
If you could see me now, I am eating rice. That's all I can afford.
Yeah, because Pete's just had to buy a new steering wheel as well. So
yeah, I did.
Hopefully, we can get Pete to the point where he's got to move in with some Ukrainian refugees. Anyway, how was your race tonight? We see you in a few battles, but not as many as we normally do.
Yeah, I think most of the battles were me just trying to hold people off, to be fair. It's it definitely wasn't the final round I was hoping for. But
what's the reason for that? Is it lack? I'm sure it's not lack of practice with you. Do you not get on with Laguna Seca?
It's a bit like the same as Imola. I like the track, but it doesn't seem to like me. I had seemed to have reasonable pace, but like in the officials yesterday, I just couldn't get it round for the whole race.
It's these endurance races, 2 hours in the V8 round a track like Laguna Seca with decent weather in the UK for once as well. It's difficult, isn't it, on mind and body?
Yeah, it definitely is quite warm today.
Whereabouts in the UK are you?
I'm in Bedfordshire.
Oh, right, yeah, so, you get it quite badly, being in the middle of the country.
Yeah. Sorry, sir.
What?
Country.
Well, obviously, he's not in the Norfolk Riviera, where it's like 40 degrees every day. But,
the Norfolk what?
Riviera, brilliant.
Or up in Windy City, where you live.
Chicago,
your season in general, let me just get up and find out. So, 6th overall in the championship. Has your season been better than expected, worse than expected, or did you get out of it exactly what you thought you would?
To be fair, I got more podiums than I thought I'd get. But to be fair, with the competition we're up against, I'm more than happy. And around the 5th, 6th, 7th, I think I'll do well to finish 6th next season.
Well, I was just going to say to you, what can you do to carry on your upwards trajectory? I'll get it out eventually. Next season, is it more practice? Are you going to spend thousands of pounds on new equipment, or are you just going to try and take more drivers out?
Well, definitely not the latter. But there's not really much more I can do with my setup. I'm quite happy with what I've got. I mean, maybe there'll be a bit of time to be gained if I switch from triples to VR. But I don't know.
Well, I'm sure if there is a way, you will find it. We've certainly enjoyed watching your progression this season. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, a bit of an apology to Wobbly.
Never ever do that. Never.
No,
we'll cut that out.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Well, it's a bit of a shame. Did put a bit of a downer on the end of the race, but wasn't meant to be, I suppose. But big shout out to you guys putting on the broadcast week in. Well, I say week in, week out, but every other week when it goes live. Done a great job season long. And pretty much all the drivers that turn up and race and make the league as good as it is. And let's roll on to the next one and hope it's even better.
Well, excellent. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you in season 12, Rob Woodhouse.
Cheers, guys. All the best. Bye bye.
Okay, last but not least for you, Pete. You know who it is now.
Vincent. Good evening, Vincent. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Always good, mate. So we saw you qualify in 12th, which I was surprised by. We saw you finish in 11th, which I was equally surprised even by. Didn't see you in the official last night, I don't think. What's up? What's wrong with Laguna?
Everything is wrong with Laguna.
Everything is wrong with Laguna. Turn 1, 2,
I mean, I
turn
like-
2,
I
10,
like-
11, everything.
We thought with your pace or lack of, you was trying to zero stop it.
You were totally convincing us that you would like force stopping it or something. There was something going on there.
Yeah, it's just a track I don't gel with very well. I think it's all right with smaller cars, but yeah, I just can't get it to work with the V8. But
You
yeah,
normally make
once
your
I
car
had-
smaller.
I could try, but it'd be a bit more slower. But yeah, once I had that spin at the start and dropped 10 seconds off the pack, the race was pretty much over by then. I did a few laps and noticed that I wasn't actually catching anyone, so decided to fuel save and see how far I could go. I think I managed at one point do 34 laps on a tank, so that seemed alright.
Pretty good result, to be honest. 34 laps on the tank, but you still stopped 3 times, is that right? Or did you
No,
do a
I only
2-stop?
stopped-
No, you do
I
a
only did
2-stop. didn't you?
stop.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been an interesting season for you. Where did you end up? Where did Vincent end up?
Vincent ended up 8th.
Oh right, actually that's a bit more north of where I thought he was. Sorry, Vincent.
No, that's all right.
No, that's cool. Do you go to Laguna with Scops and all the other V8 leagues that you guys down under visit?
No. Laguna
No.
is not one that got tends to go to, or if it does, they don't get many participants, I don't think. But yeah, I think it's just the track itself that yeah, we just don't drive that much, so yeah, I don't know. I think racing are trying to cater more to the American drivers than the Aussie drivers, so I don't know.
It's
I
definitely.
I
Go on.
think Pussies springs to mind, Pete.
Well, that was one of the words that was in my head. But no, I appreciate what you're saying, Vincent, and you'll have seen all the stuff that's gone on. In fact, I know you've seen all the stuff that's gone on. He's already laughing. Listen,
Can't believe you're bringing it up again.
I'm not. I'm skipping over it. But I'm also using it in reference, Clyde. See what I did there? To whether you're going to race with us again next season. Is this a stalwart thing that you're going to stick with? Or have you got other things on your mind for the next time that V8ESC opens its doors?
No, I don't have anything on the cards except for V8 Scops. Apart from Scops and this, it's the only time I actually run the V8 now. So maybe doing the odd official races in preparation for Scops, but yeah, ever since I stopped doing the officials, I don't really drive the car that much anymore. But
yeah, that's a shame.
this means I just got to put a little bit more work into doing practice and stuff like that. But that's all right with me. But yeah,
No, that's cool. It's all right with you.
but yeah, I will be back next season.
Awesome stuff. That's all we really wanted to hear because you're a brilliant addition to our V8ESC crew and racing community. And we love having you here. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, just everyone over at Wheelie Bins that keeps us running and helping putting sessions up every night. all the boys in the league for all the awesome racing this season, and looking forward to good racing next season. You guys for the broadcast doing an awesome job as always, and Simability for sponsoring the championship.
Okay, so we will see you next time out in our next series of V8ESC. Vincent Skillback.
Catch you guys next season.
Right, so guys, we are finally through the interviews. We are at the end of yet another season. The new season is 3 weeks away. Pete, have you had a highlight this season?
Highlight this season. Where am I? Simon Trendle. He's not just won tonight's race. He's shown himself to be a highly capable V8 driver. He understands the car. He can control the car. He can control the tactics that he needs to do to win a race. And he's winning races. I think that that's quite an enlightenment for this series. It's also shown me that 15 people are more than willing to turn up each week to race the series. If we can get more next season, it will be fantastic. We once did a start at Bathurst where we had 42 races, if you remember, and it went. they were starting their race somewhere on Conrad Strait, I think. If we could get back to those numbers, obviously it would be even more entertaining, albeit probably just for the first lap. I think that V8ESC is still as healthy as it's ever been. When I was racing the officials last night, it showed me that people are willing to stay in this V8 community beyond V8ESC, and that we have created a community which gels together and has solidarity, which is everything you need for a very substantial and stable future.
Well, there is nothing beyond V8ESC. Sam, how have you enjoyed season 11?
I'm jealous because that seems to have been a wonderful season for the drivers, and I love the V8s. It was just great, and it was awesome to watch as well. I think all of the broadcasts have been great, mostly because the drivers put a good show, very respectful on track, and, well, a lot of good capabilities out there.
Yeah, it's as we always say, it's the drivers that make the series. We can put these races on. If nobody turns up, then we don't have races. For me, I don't think I've got a highlight apart from the whole season. I think the attendance has been fantastic. We've got a hardcore of drivers. There's been new drivers come in this season that have, we've seen the improvements. Yes, Pete, definitely right in naming Simon Trendle and his improvement, but I'd also like to add Adam Wright to that list. He's gone exactly the same way from a top 10 to a top 5 to a podium to a win to finishing second in the championship. So absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I think the racing in general has been great. I'd love to see some of the old names back in it to see how they fare against the current crop of drivers and the improving older batch of drivers, shall we say. But either way, I think season 12 is going to be fantastic. So from me, big thanks to all the drivers for putting on such a show for 20 rounds of racing, and an absolutely massive thanks to Simability for sponsoring the series. But it's time for us to close the curtains on that one and look forward to the next one. Big congratulations to all our winners as well tonight for the different championships. And let's see who can take those crowns away from you next season. So coming up in the next week, GT4 TCR is back on Wednesday, and we're at Belle Isle, I believe. That is, I don't really know how to describe it. It's an awful track. It really is, especially to race on. But for broadcasting, you couldn't want for anything better because something always happens. So yeah, it's going to be great. And then next Sunday, Grand Touring Club Cup is back with 90 minutes from Sebring. Fantastic opening round at Spa. Really looking forward to watching these guys go round on one of my personal favourites, that is Sebring. So it's been a long one tonight, guys. Thanks to everybody. Like I say, thanks to the drivers. Thanks to everybody on the chat. Let's see some of you guys on the chat back in the series. I shall say good night. Let the guys say good night, and then we can close the broadcast and go to bed. Obviously not together. So good night, everybody. Thanks for watching and stay safe.
See you next time. Enjoy our racing all the time. Thank you.
And good night, everybody. See you next time.